There it is. Okay, my YouTube stream will, I don't know if it was going or not, but we should be good now though on YouTube. Just had to fix it all. Okay. Am I cooking today? No, I shouldn't be cooking today. But I am. But man, that, like, if you didn't watch that series was so good. I I slept. I actually I had an alarm going to watch the first match, and I guess I shut it off in my sleep or something because I didn't wake up to it to watch it or go live for it. But that, like, Twisted Minds is good, so we could probably have a good series tomorrow versus Twisted Minds and GK. But man, GK is just looking so good right now, just so good. Like, I honestly thought that it, like, with how good GK was looking, I thought it was going to be GK beating Virtus Pro, and Virtus Pro was actually going to finally lose a series. But in the end, like, at first I didn't even think Virtus Pro could even get a touch in there for a second, and I was like, well, this map's over, because I thought that touch was gonna happen, but then the touch happened. I was like, oh wow, and then that long fight got drug out, and I was like, man, that's insane. And then now we got Dallas Field and Linux, which, not gonna say it's gonna be a bad series, because it's like, it all depends on, because we could get a really good Dallas Field and just have a 3-0, maybe. But we also could, maybe we get a really good, maybe Linux found out like a lot of their weaknesses against SSG yesterday. So we're gonna, we'll see what they end up actually coming up with. Cause I'm always curious on what they want to come up with, because this is elimination. Dallas Field or Linux are getting eliminated after this. So I wonder what they, if we can get the second series, the SSG versus Team Liquid. Oh, it should be such a good series, because we are, especially if we can get the Team Liquid that we saw yesterday. Like, that would be, like an amazing. Because everyone thought Dallas Fuel was just gonna run over. They're like, even the girl was like, yeah, I don't think Team Liquid's even gonna seal map, and then they 3-0 them, and it's like, man, because I knew Team Liquid could be good, because you could see like the individual plays were being good, but they just kept falling short. No, in every game. Like Team Liquid reminds me a lot of Disguise too. Like Disguise has a really good team together, and they just keep falling short and end up not winning even one series in that thing. But I think Disguise will come back next year and be pretty good. Just fix everything. I know the meta is gonna probably shift, so that's gonna be another thing that they're gonna have to deal with. So I guess I can't say that Disguise is gonna be good because meta shifts make even the best teams bad. Like Virtus Pro may be good in this meta, but like if the meta shifts to something that they're not used to playing, then they could be a bad team next year. So it's like it all depends on like what metas get shifted around. But it seems like Virtus Pro is very good at like shifting. So I don't think they'd be bad at any meta, but you never know. There could be a weakness somewhere. But right now we're getting a lot of the meta is Sim Bastion, which is which isn't fun really to play against. Because like you're just like getting cooked by turrets all the time. But even though even though I think Bastion's boring, that last series with Bastion it actually was the most entertaining Bastion play I've ever seen. So usually I'm like, oh man, we gotta see Bastion again. But now in that series I was like, oh Bastion. Alright, I guess we'll listen to that music now. Now I'm done with my little rant. Actually, let me go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back.
right or disguise. That will be the team kill.
Liquid. Jefferson's managed to get Tree down. Play for point.
It's just going to be an explosion of death in the hands of the Dallas Fuel.
That was impressive. Can he get the touch? Here comes the engage. Psycho with 3! Oh, buddy.
There's the tether, looking for the drag off, but the pickup comes through. Oh, the carrier. Empty got to the rescue.
Twisted Minds looking to close out the series here and take home the trophy. Of course, has done it so many times before, and he'll do it again. Your OWCS 2025 World Finals champion.
Welcome back to the OWCS. Zoe here, joined by Jack and Johnny and friends. We just witnessed one, if not the most insane mapping competitive Overwatch history between GK and Virtus Pro in the EMEA. This is a tough act to follow for our NA teams, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah, I'm pretty scared. I can't lie. Like that, I'm like, I hope these games are good, guys. But like, that was just ridiculous. If you haven't watched it and you're only joining in for NA, roll back after this is over and watch that last game of the MEA today. Oh, it was insane.
What treat?
It was a treat, but it set the tone, okay, for the rest of the day, because our NA teams are coming to play as well. Let's take a look at what happened so far here in the playoffs in our NA region. Unsurprisingly, of course, SSG, they swept Lunix in their first match in bracket. It's a pretty clean 3-0 affair. Now, your eyes, you see that 3 points on...
I don't want to hear what they're saying. I was going to talk and do what I rant, but...
This one came out of the left field, not gonna lie. Like, Team Liquid, yeah, they clearly put in the time. They've been in their boot camp, likely taking place in their hyperbolic time chamber, because their glow up from group stage to playoffs is insane. This is a different team.
Yeah, I think even Dallas Fuel were surprised. They're just like, wait a minute, like, we were supposed to win this series, and, you know, maybe we would have dropped a map or two, and then Team Liquid showed up like they did, you know, at the very start on Ilios, like with a great strategy, great execution, and then on Dorado, everything just kind of fell apart for Dallas Fuel, and I genuinely think that Dallas Fuel looked like they were kind of shook by what had just happened to them. It was a Liquid that looked so good after the boot camp of theirs, and now it has to be said that, you know, they can compete with Dallas Fuel and SSG. They're in contention to win the entire stage.
Do you feel like in this forum, Team Liquid can, in fact, compete with SSG? Because so far, SSG were kind of going uncontested in this region, Jack.
Yeah, I'd have to pump the brakes on Johnny's take there real quick. I still think SSG are the best team in North America, and I think they will take the title of Stage 2 champs. I just got a feeling. Of the regular season, not obviously the LAN, of course. I just don't see them faltering in any stretch of the imagination. I mean, look at this 5k from Level 2. The very start of this, he hits the flourish into a double shot. Like, come on, man. He's too stylish. This team is just so unbelievably good. It feels like every other team that faces them are woefully unprepared, but they're obviously not going to be. They've prepped for the team, but it just feels like just a monumental diff compared to everybody else in the region.
Yeah, I mean, there might be an element of surprise because SSG certainly did not prepare for Team Liquid to meet them here. I think they were pretty clear on that, even in the post-match interview yesterday. Lethal was very much just being like, yeah, no, it's gonna be like Dallas Fuel, without a doubt. They will be joining us here. Lunix has what it takes, but Team Liquid was not in the conversation. And if you go further back in post-match interviews and just general statements, Mr. Sugabron, also big doubter of that Liquid team. So that is, of course, in regards to pre-bootcamp Team Liquid, because everything changed after the bootcamp. They now have the power of friendship in their court once more. They've been gelling, they've been getting together, they've been talking, and clearly it's working out for them. Now, so far, if we're looking at the map pool of what we've seen on day one, you know, NA teams, they're not as bold. They've stayed with the old and familiar, you know, like just picking exactly the same thing over and over and over again.
I want to see it. Please, someone in the playoffs. You've just got it. One person has to do it. One team even has to do it. Or one person on the team has to convince the rest of the team to play it. You probably don't have as much practice on it, obviously. It's a brand new map, but and I want to see it played. Hybrid maps, whew, they sing to me.
I mean, I think it's possible. Like, if you're Lunix, why not? Why not? it's a pretty decent brawl map. I think also Liquid could potentially pick this map against SSG. I definitely see the possibility of this map seeing playtime. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see it later on today.
Yeah, we've definitely seen a fair share already over in EMEA. It does lend itself to the general EMEA playstyle as well, so no big surprise there. But yeah, I would see a little more from our NA teams here. That's a Junkertown for sure. Again, big fan, much love.
I honestly think it's just gonna be a map that teams use to like throw other teams off for a map pick.
Winning our first one will be getting the last spot that is up for grabs in the NA region in order to head to the mid-season championship in Paris in just a few weeks from now. Of course, the top two teams have already qualified for that. That means Team Liquid and SSG, they got their ticket. So now it's all up in the air for Dallas Fuel and Lunix Gaming.
It's got to be the Fuel though, right?
Can I say this?
It has to be.
It's
Kind of right with the point here, Johnny, but go on.
Every time I see that graphic with Server Jet holding the trophy, he's so happy.
You like that one?
And it just makes me happy. Like, it's contagious. His smile is just like, he's so happy. I love that graphic.
He has got a killer smile.
It does. They all do that. Look at that. And if you too want to see this type of happiness in person, grab your tickets for the mid-season championship in Paris, France today. Scan the QR code and of course use the code OW15 for 15% off. That's right. Now we still have to determine which our last NA team will be joining us there, and I'm excited for this one because initially, if I would have seen this matchup, I would have been like, obviously it's going to be Dallas Fuel. The way they looked yesterday,
No, sorry.
Doubt is starting to creep in.
No,
like, I don't know, man.
here.
Is this just going to be like Winston versus Orisa? Like, what is going to happen here? Dallas Fuel, they shocked us yesterday. It was they really just fell flat. They didn't change anything up really either, right? They just played to what worked for them all of stage 2, which they have a clear identity, right? Like, we know what to expect to see from them, but like their change was in order and it didn't happen.
I am just going to put this down to Team Liquid having the boot camp, and Infected says ironing a lot of things out, like the communication, because of the language diff. I still think the Dallas Fuel are going to make it, because it's still the Fuel. They've been so clean throughout the entire stage, and yes, they did succumb to playing Kel and Diva, and that is a problem when you're playing that on Dorado, but it's okay. I think it was a small hiccup on the road to Dallas Fuel making it to the LAN, and in all honesty, it would be kind of crazy if they didn't make it, because that's another top team like SSG in stage 1 not making it. There's always like one small upset of like, wait, oh no, not SSG, Team Liquid not making it in stage 1. There's always one big team that everybody's expecting to make it that doesn't. So maybe Dallas Fuel fill that boat this time around in stage 2. But it just
It'd be like
feel
double
like it.
plot armor here, because Dallas Fuel not making it, big drama, big storyline, but then also Lunix making it, big drama, big storyline, because this is the closest they've ever been to making their major debut on a LAN event for most of these players anyway. So, you know, they're the people's choice. Like, people are rooting for them. They are another team with a clear identity. Obviously, Zep is in the mix, so you know I can expect to see that Orisa. Now, how will that match up against this more divey style from the Dallas Fuel?
Yeah, that is the question, right? I think that is definitely a great point that you bring up, Zoe, in that Lunix, they won't really care. Like, they're just going to go into this matchup. They know what they like to play, and they're going to pull that out. Dallas Fuel, the question is, how do they react to the loss yesterday? Are they going to change something up? I don't think they necessarily have to, because Dallas Fuel were so good against so many other teams. I think to Jack's point earlier, it's just like Team Liquid, they look so much improved, and they had figured out their kind of compositions, the Bastion, the Cat, the Mauga. It looked phenomenal. And so I think Dallas Fuel looked weak against Team Liquid, but it should still be good enough to beat out Lunix. But if Dallas Fuel start hesitating about what compositions to play, what heroes to play, that is where Lunix will have the upper hand of just like, well, we know Seb is going to play Orisa and the Zarya, and we got some amazing damage players on our team. They're just going to, guns ablaze, keep firing, and maybe that's enough to push over the edge.
Well, yeah, we'll find out very soon. If we're looking at predictions, you still had to give it to the Dallas Fuel. I know, I always say, like, if I voted with my heart, I give it to Lunix, but just, I think pound for pound, Dallas Fuel is just gonna have the upper hand here on every single role. Like they are unarguably actually the better team.
Yeah, I'm burning blue. Burning blue, baby. Dallas Fuel is gonna be them making it land. That's the only need. Do you only need one more match? We said that yesterday about 2 teams. But we need one more match with Dallas Fuel and they make it.
Yeah.
Fully believe that.
I got Dallas Fuel too. Look, they are the favorite. You gotta predict them, but we're always open for surprises.
That's true. Everything is possible, as we learned yesterday, just in NA, right? Because Dallas finds themselves with 1 foot out the door. Let's see if they can stay in it to win it in our first match here, which is, of course, our elimination match. The winner punching their tickets to Paris. The loser is out. See you again in stage 3. Guys, take it away.
All right, Johnny. It's do or die. This is the final qualification spot up for grabs here in the lower semis. Ilios for Dallas. And how do you think the chat's going to predict here? What do you think the percent is going to be that siding with Dallas Fuel?
All right, chat. You can't underestimate Dallas Fuel because they lost to Team Liquid. They're still playing Lunix today. They have to be a large favorite. I'm thinking like 82% Dallas Fuel. And obviously, by the time you hear this, the results are already in, so I'll have to keep myself posted. But Dallas Fuel should be massive favorites going into this one. Lunix, though, with the cat ban already here, to shake things up a little bit.
Best kind of control map for the Orisa. I think Zeb and what Zoe's point was that, well, Lunix, if they got Zeb, they will be playing Orisa. And if we see Kellen go Orisa, it's over. I just think the mental warfare's lost, and I just think it's done.
Come on now.
I know. Well, that's what I'm saying.
You don't match Seb. That's not that one thing we learned in the past 2 years is you don't mirror Seb unless you're Hawk. Hawk has permission. Anyone else you can't do it.
Johnny, the problem is, and my point is, on Dorado, we see Kellen on Diva. Okay, still kind of a dive tank, but if you're kind of going against your mantra over the last few weeks of playing Winston, Ram, or like Little Sigma, like you're really kind of out of sorts. And I want to see if Dallas Fuel end up kind of pulling that off today. If they end up behind, do they end up going, okay, maybe we just play Orisa. Maybe we just play this hyper brawl style instead, which Lunix are very good at. They want to play the Orisa kind of comps. They want to play like kind of fast like that. We'll see. And Johnny, the chat predictions, 88% for the Fuel, 12%
Good job, chat.
So pretty close actually to what you predicted the chat would say. Tracer ban for the Dallas Fuel. Tracer ban for the Dallas Fuel. They ended up picking Ilios.
I think it's a great point that you brought up, and one I was planning to make later between S3 and Liquid is that I do think the Diva would have been immensely useful for Dallas Fuel yesterday, but like you say, Kellan's not historically the best Diva player. The thing is, in a matchup against Lunix, I don't think Kellen has to go over to the Diva. You can quite reliably instead play more of the Winston, as naturally, of course, we're going to have a pause with 0.1 seconds to go until you start assembling your heroes. But I just don't think in this series specifically, the Diva has to come out. And I think Dallas Fuel can be quite comfortable playing the compositions they have dominated on so far in Stage 2.
Yeah, the big hurdle, I would say, for them to overcome might be the X Factor Zomba on the Xion. I think that has been, at least for Lunix, when Xion's been released, that has been the star player. And that has been the player that's been opening up fights, opening up like wins on maps, on series. Like, I think Zomba, right now, as it stands, I think probably the best player on the team currently. And we've known him for the Tracer for such a long time, but Xion, okay, it's not quite like the Tracer, but almost plays the same in the way that you want to be on off angles and take shots and then safely escape with your dash, with your bike, if you're not throwing it in. I think he's going to be a real X Factor in this map. But on the Dallas Fuel side, they've also got an X Factor. Sonjin, he's been playing Pharah more than any other DPS right now in North America.
Yeah, I think the one thing I didn't like about Dallas Fuel yesterday is the fact that their composition was slower. Like, they were sitting back quite a lot, and Team Liquid instead opted into the Xion and the Tracer, really pushing the tempo. And like you say, Zomba, a fantastic Xion after its release for week 2, and now X10 going quite aggressive already with the Zarya and the Reaper. This is the high tempo I was talking about. How does Dallas Fuel react to this?
Oh, wow, Nemwhite goes in to try and execute Chronic. X10 managed to pick up the kill anyway, so it is going to be a trade. This Zarya Reaper combo, good against the Winston, but they are going to have a tough time dealing with Sonjin, and this is going to be the real the real issue for them at the moment. Actually traversing this space is going to be next to impossible. Nemoine's got speed boost, sure, but they've got so much poke with Lucamino and this Vara.
And if you compare it to yesterday's matchup, Infected would have been playing the Mauga instead of the Zarya, and I think it would have been helpful in a composition like this. Somba though does clean up Sunjun, and Seb gets to pick up the Chronic, so 5 versus 3 situation. Lunex still with this Zarya, they get some value, and they're gonna cap this point.
I feel like I spoke that fight into existence there for Lunex. Like, yeah, the Vara's going to be an issue, guys. The poke's going to be an issue, and Lucamino and Sunjun just instantly die. They got caught out in cage. Best thing you can do if you're Nemwai there, just speed on the backline, speed on Lucamino and CJ. You've only got one outburst, you've only got one TP. Hard as a lot down to Kiri, sure, but the Alari's gonna just fall over if the Reaper gets on top of her.
Dallas Fuel are going to take some time now to set up. You can see Sunjun flanking around here, trying to create an off angle to get some of these rockets in. But Lunex, it looks like they're going quite aggressive here, actually. As Dallas Fuel, they take position on the point forward now. But Lunex, I think they're having an easy time just kind of clearing the position of Dallas Fuel. And Kellan dropping real low.
He's gonna die, I think. He manages to get back up on higher ground. His X10 teleports up there to try and chase him. Good bit of movement from the Winston player, though. There's the rushes on at the point. Kellan just spots Z, gets the pull. That Z was low. She falls. Lunex have already lost 2 now as the Lucio just dives, barrels onto the point. All these rush fights. They're very deadly here for Lunex because you can cycle bubbles super well. But losing Z that early, getting poked down by Chronic and Lucamino is not it.
And also, I think X10 is kind of the tip of the spear there. So if you decide to commit after Kellan so hard, then ultimately you're going to let Dallas Fuel have an easier time to set up, right? And so Lunex, they sacrifice some of that positioning. Doesn't end up getting the elimination on Kellan, and now Dallas Fuel back in control here with a couple ultimates up their sleeve.
Game position's real nice with the Winston. Really does push Winston to his absolute limits when you're playing that far forward off the spawn. Well, there's the spree. Yeah, that far just using thrusters to get away. Captive Sun on the high ground. Does actually tag X10. The Suzu, was that from Z? It didn't actually connect with Z herself, but as X10 did end up detonating after that too. Not sure what happened.
To the Reaper, just barrage.
Alright, well, we're back. Oh, guess not.
Go for it.
Zeb's already half HP. Nemwai ends up dying. There's one toucher, make that 2. Zeb, Z on point. Only getting booped off though as Zeb just tries to get the backline. Graviton Surge, the Hail Mary thrown at Chronic's face. But it is Dallas Fuel at the end, just cleaning that up. Yeah, Sunjun, the early barrage on the Reaper. How many frames do you reckon you have to react to that with shift? Like maybe 1. It feels like if you're in that close room.
It feels like Dallas Fuel when they're in control like this, and I mean, you saw the scoreboard briefly there as well. Take a look at Somba here with the spree. Captive Sun comes out from Lucamino, and there's just a bunch of people in a small room. Yeah, that's going to be an easy cleanup. But this is when Dallas Fuel are in control like this. It's an easy time for them to deal with the Zarya composition like they're facing. But it was actually when Lunex had control of the objective. That's when I get a little anxious. And I don't know if you felt it too, checking in with your emotions here, Jaws. I just felt like Dallas Fuel, a little nervous about the retakes because of what we saw yesterday against Liquid.
Yeah, let me check on my emotions real quick. Let me check in. Let me clock in. Make sure I'm feeling okay. Lunex definitely are. I feel alright. I feel good. I feel energized today. I got a coffee in front of me. Got some Dallas Fuel Lunex gameplay. I'm vibing, man.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I echo that sentiment.
I love this backline too from the Dallas Fuel. Not only because it's got the Alari, but it's just so heavy on the poke against the Zarya. It's real nice. I'm a little shocked they're not playing the Ana, considering most teams ban the Ana on this map against the Dallas Fuel. But in all honesty, the Alari, cool. You can get up to the high ground with the outburst. You can sit super far away. You can punish the Zarya, who's already down to 0 bubbles, mind you, as Dallas Fuel cap the point.
Lunex trying to get back into this one, but they've already dropped low. They've expended so many resources and now disengaging. There's going to be Dallas Fuel trying to pounce on this as well. You can just see the low health bars.
Tragic. Sunjun ends up going down. Good catch though, Johnny. Yeah, low health bars for Lunex, who are just getting poked out by the Fuel as the Fuel rotate away from them over and over and over again, waiting for Sunjun and Lucamino to do damage before Kellan jumps in. Speaking of which, now on the point. Taking a large chunk from X10's able to get away from high ground, and you have to now burn CDs to catch up to Kellan. Although he does evacuate the point, which means Lunex get a free cap.
Yeah, Lunex did survive all that damage and allow them now to get back onto the point. They're going to storm ahead with this Kitsune Rush as well, while retaining control here, so this is better for Lunex.
Yeah, Lucamino caught out as well, so that means X10 now a little bit more free to shoot at the backline. Okay, yeah, that sneak away, and then the tempo rush just nets them the fight.
Dallas Fuel here looking to build a few ultimates. It's getting close to their
Lucius
first
won.
cycle. Indeed.
Lucius
And
won
why-
HP.
Careful.
Yeah, don't Ajax this. Chronic's already down. He should be good to win the fight now, surely. Kellen's got a Primal Rage, of course, next to the high ground, but oh, dearie me. NY down. No beats, but Lucamino falls, so a trade there onto the back line. CJ doesn't end up using Rush on the point. Kellen spots a very low health Kiriko. A teleport away at the last moment does save Aziz's life. Death Blossom from X10's coming up in just a moment. It's NY with a tempo sound barrier. She ends up coming in. The barrage dodged out by X10, hits the shift 2, gets away with murder. The Dallas Fuel now cannot catch up to Lunex. A 2-player spree from Zomba as they maintain control at this point.
I'm telling you, some of these retakes are taking quite a bit too long for Dallas Fuel, and enables Nenwai to get back into the fight with the sound barrier. Just felt like you had to get it out to kind of push Dallas Fuel back, and now Kellan makes the swap over onto the Mauga, abandons the Winston. They have a captive Sun and a spree in hand, but Lunix, opportunity to close things out with this Graviton Surge.
I'm really feeling the pressure on the Winston to get something done. Captive Sun instantly popped. Looking for Nemwai ideally. Or someone in the back. And oh, that was a whiff, Lucamino. That was nowhere close. That was on a different stage of Ilios. CJ gets... Was that a solo grab on the Kiriko? Sure, why not? We'll take it. Lunis are going to take this round as well, Johnny. Kellen, no wall, no health, no cardiac overdrive, no sustain, no nothing. Dallas Fuel fall over as Lunix, with dominant kind of pace-setting ults, sweep Dallas Fuel on Ruins.
Yeah, Dallas Fuel are just not comfortable. X10 doing a great job staying alive in scenarios like this. 21 health. I mean, that's just brilliant. And by this time, Dallas Fuel 2 committed. Somba cleans up with the spree as well. You gotta give lots of credit to Lunix for surviving all this poke damage and then turning things around onto Dallas Fuel. And now Lunix clawing themselves back into this Ilios, giving themselves a chance to steal map 1.
Cat Bastion very popular on this point, but it has been banned. Honestly, again, Somba, I'm telling you, I think right now, for Lunix, has been the best performing player. Very scary on the Xion. Well, it's not like he's the early adopter, but he has performed extremely well on the brand new DPS.
I mean,
Back on the
already
Winston for Kellen.
upper hand for Somba in this Xion matchup. I think you're right to point that out.
Super low. Classically, the Winston counter to the Zarya. Oh, CJ. That's a big right click from Zeb, and the bike connected with CJ practically at the same time. So no chance for CJ to react. TP, Suzu, no nothing. Dallas Fuel cap sure, but they've already lost 3 players. Kellen's the only one here on the point actually contested.
Yeah, 3 versus 3 scenario, I believe here. Kellen has to drop out. I mean, that is the Winston, so fragile. Have to play around this shield, and once again, Lunix pretty comfortable playing this Zarya and Reaper composition. And now, once again, we're looking at the retake here.
My heart jumped to my throat there. I thought that was a boop onto Zeb by Sonjin down well, but I think Zeb ended up seeing him right click on the floor and bouncing away. All right, Lucamino just continuing to play this Zalari. He actually jumps over the fence. Yeah, don't want to be down there for too much longer. Actually gets a Suzu to make sure he stays alive. NY ends up falling prey to Sonjin, who basically is the main pocket for Zeb at this point, just taxiing the Zarya around. Lunix are going to force to reset, as the Dallas Fuel picking off the Lucio is the ideal target for their comp.
Yeah, Lunix caught in a bit of a tough spot there. They had the decision between engaging pretty quickly and putting pressure on Dallas Fuel, or waiting instead for the ultimates to come online. And the ultimates, they just never came, so ended up getting picked in that fight, and enables Dallas Fuel to get back into control though. Crucial for Lunat here to actually get rewarded by the Sunbear and Kitsune Rush usage. Those are the big tools they kind of need to dislodge this poke composition from Dallas Fuel.
Alright, Sonjin unlocking the barrage again. They're playing super far forward too. I like playing far forward against the Zarya comps. Make her burn bubbles really early on. It's up to them to kind of regain space. Zed extremely low. He's already used a single bubble. Here comes the barrage though, straight on top of Zeb's head. X10 short, trade Sonjin, but there's no real backup here for Lunix. So many squishies, forcing Nemwai to even use the beat. Both support ultimates Lunix expended as Kellen jumps away with 100 HP remaining left in the tank. Zomba pops the spree, but nothing much can be found by the Shion.
So you don't get value from the sound barrier. You do end up flipping the point here, which is going
Wait,
to be
how
great
did you
news for
give
Lunix.
up
You will
point?
have an opportunity to come back regardless of the result of this team fight. Seb holding the point for now. Kitsune from CJ, and so as they clean things up here, Lunix not going to have a great time in this fight. Dallas Fuel were forced to drop the Kitsune Rush because of that point flip.
All right,
Oh, that's
Xen
brutal.
goes down a pivotal moment as well. They're not going to have this Death Blossom when they most need it, I would imagine. Graviton Surge for Zeb, just chuck it. If you can snag that far, if you can snag that Kiriko, just get somebody. It's a hard comp to use this Graviton Surge against. Still going to be able to trigger OT though. Zeb's just juggling the point right now, but the spree from Chronic opens it up. X10 returns to the fight though. She picks up the kill onto Chronic, and Zeb's still looking for someone to hit with a grab, and it looks like actually he already used it. Zeb ends up just falling over to Sonjin, who is dominating, in fact ruling the skies for the Dallas Fuel. And that is round and map. Dallas Fuel 2-1 on Ilios.
All right, but it stayed competitive throughout. Lunix, they're showcasing that they have a little bit of firepower they're hoping to bring in this series after all, but Dallas Fuel, they're just too strong on this kind of composition and end up cleaning things up. I really do think it came down to that fight when Nenwai, she decided to drop the sound barrier, and I think it was a great sound barrier by Nenwai. You just didn't have the tempo to kind of like push with that overhead.
I guess we're not on Dorado, but
so good disengage by Dallas Fuel, and after you lose that sound barrier fight, that's
I think they
terrible
pick.
news for Lunix.
I think they pick an escort map,
But
so
all in
they
all, I
can't
think
just
that-
choose Dorado against them.
Yeah, you're in what? You're in a 4v4 at that moment. You lose one player if you have the Dallas Fuel, but you still have Kellen up. Then you're hoping if you're
Unless you have another
the
plan,
rest
which
of your team gets kills with the overhead.
I wouldn't try and
And
like.
that's both support ults dropped as well. Z ended up popping the rush, I believe, almost exactly as Zeb ended up going down. Thinking again, you can kind of win that fight with Zeb, put him in cage, but yeah, rough stuff. But again, the Ruins round, Johnny, was very, very dominant from Lunex. They were able to navigate the Pharah on a very open map.
Yeah, and I think maybe Team Liquid just kind of showcased the recipe on how to beat Dallas Fuel yesterday. And obviously you're Lunix, you're picking up on that and thinking about how can we actually make that our own. And we saw the Zarya come out for Seb, which we have seen quite a lot. Seb's hero pool, primarily in Stage 2, has been the Orisa and the Zarya. So no big surprise seeing the Zarya Reaper come out, but I think that they showcased an understanding of how Dallas Fuel composition works and what their best chance was. And I think they delivered a decent performance after all, despite the map loss.
Yeah, I think so. Just pretty little confidence, I think, in this series. Not going to be too much of a flattening on the other maps. We'll see where Dallas Fuel want to go. I'm begging, like I said. Neon Junction, Colosseo, maybe. You know, I'll even take a Colosseo, and I'm saying that as a Colosseo hater. Don't forget, drops are available right now if you connect your BattleNet. What you do? You like Colosseo? Colosseo is a lot better than it used to be. Okay, I will give it that, but it's still a pain map. It can be at least. Don't forget the drops available right now. OW_esports on YouTube and Twitch. Connect your BattleNet account, and you can pick up those marvelous things on your screen right now. I think I got the Mauer skin. Can't remember which one I got, but I want the Overwatch esports loot boxes. I want more Overwatch skins.
What is your dream? What is your dream skin coming out of the Overwatch esports loot box?
It's funny because I think I have every legendary skin because of Overwatch League, but I would take. Ooh, what would be a really good one? You know what? Actually, would be a fire one. NYXL Tracer.
I have that one. It was like the first one I bought because of Saviobi, yeah.
Yeah, and a little SBB, Tracer. Wouldn't mind that. What else? What would your top one skin be from the loot box?
Well, so, okay, my strategy back in 2018, 2019, it was that you bought the signature skins, right? So whenever there was a player who had like a go-to hero, like you mentioned, New York Excelsior Tracer, I just pick up that skin. But I'm a huge Prophet fan, and so I just ended up buying all the damage skins for London Spitfire because Prophet could play it all at an insane level. So I got like London Spitfire May, which then, you know, became Backbones May, which ended up being great news. True. But I just have all the London Spitfire damage skins, yeah. So, well, I'm sorted there at least.
I also just rock a lot of the Soul Dynasty skins because black and gold never gets old.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Such a classic combination
Honor.
of colors.
Fuji, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. I've been rocking the Alarion for a long time before the Mythic came out, is all I'm saying, with the gold weapon. Chee. All right, we're going to Circuit Royale, a Bastion ban. No cap Bastions. We don't want any of that smoke. Does feel very good at that comp on this map too, so no shock there. And a Zarya ban is going to put Zeb into Orisa mode, I would imagine.
Yeah, this is kind of a must map pick because you want to avoid Dorado, and so you end up going to Circuit Royale. And I don't think Lunex want to go to Junkertown either. And so, well,
No
Circuit
way.
Royale it is.
No way.
We'll kind of see how we fare on this map. And because, like you said, Seb's hero pool so far has been the Orisa and the Zarya. The Zarya ban, it is going to move Seb over onto the Orisa. But this is where it gets kind of tricky because Dallas Fuel, although they're showing this Freya Pharah composition, they have a lot of options on how do they want to play around this Orisa, because I don't think we'll see Seb flex too much in the tank role for Lunex this map.
Yeah, I doubt it very much. I'd be very shocked if they end up going like Zev, Sig, or anything like that. Chronic, oh man. Now this is what I feel like a vintage Chronic pick is. Vintage Chronic screenshot on the Freya.
Talking about signature heroes.
Oh yeah, 100%. Rock his look. Actually,
One day
what's
extend.
Chronic got?
One day extend, you'll get the picks on the Widow.
No one is going to get a pick on Widow on Circuit Royale and they open the gates out. It's not happening. Come on. King's Row, I'll give it to you. Mistakes are made. Violet. Cough, Violet. But it's just
You
not
got
happening.
money. You got money.
It's back. All right, Zeb on the Orisa. X10 not playing the Pharah, not playing the Widowmaker either. Saw a little bit of Pharah here from Sonjin previously, so no shock to have that again. I think this pick is just so strong, even on maps like this. Yes, you're going against X10 Sojin, which is really scary, but the amount of spam is just ridiculous. And Lunex, honestly, with their heads-up play, playing Nemwhite on the Juno and the Kiri for Z, I think you need double flex support like this just to output as much healing as possible against the spam.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And if you're Lunex, you just have to be patient on this time around. There's every opportunity for you to get picked here by all the heroes you're seeing on Dallas Fuel defense, but you just have to build these ultimates and then just be very patient. Decide to commit all these ultimates when you have the advantage in one of these fights. If you start popping ultimates left and right and you don't build yourself a solid bank, that's where this first point starts running away from you.
So low. X10's now 1 HP as well. Got to avoid those rockets. Sonjin's actually the first one to go down as the first ult of the map has been popped. They got Orbital Ray too. Like you said, you've got to be very patient here. Zeb does end up falling, but it should be a trivial captive son. And even the bolus as well actually connects with Z. It's only CJ left on the point though, holding it down for the time being. Surely not another kill.
No way.
Surely not another one for CJ. He dodges out of the way, but the Pharah's already back. Sonjin's already taken out Zomba. A little boot there onto Nemwhite, but waving at Lucamino. Holy Giga Chad. Nemwhite gets taken down, but she capped the point anyway.
Wow, CJ so close to another miracle clutch right then, but it is going to be Nemwhite. She stands out on top there. And, well, we talked about all the poke potential from Dallas Fuel. That also means that the offense generates support ultimates quite quickly. And there you go. It's the rush.
Sure, nice. Now they got Orbital Ray as well. You can really, again, what they found success with in OWCS was just fighting all that tempo. Good flux. Punishment with this comp, Johnny, is that they don't have a flux counter. They've got a spear from Zeb, but like that's really it.
I mean, top 3 kind of like most difficult retakes is approaching the second point of Circuit Royale when you're playing an Orisa.
I don't know why I thought Dallas Fuel was
There's
the
gonna
one
be a lot of
attacking,
pressure here on
but
the support players
I
to
did.
Make sure you stay alive because
for the longest time. And they capped first point, but I thought Dallas Fuel was the entire time was capping, or was.
Lunex, but they have the ultimates if they can approach and get into a good enough position.
Well, the OC from X10's going to get popped. They're actually just going to respond with a rush. X10 tries to get an angle on the rest of the team. That's a nice little body shot on Sonjin. The spree from Zomba is the one thing you have to look out for. Straight over the top with the amplified damage of the Orbital Ray as well. It's going to put them in a position where they can crack this hold open on this corner. And a late death on Chronic 2 is a dire sign for the Dallas Fuel.
I mean, X10 is just firing on Sojourner right now. She's doing great. And now Lunix. They did use the orbital ray though, so obviously you needed that kind of retake, but you would have loved that ultimate now for this kind of a retake set. She's going to have the Kitsune Rush here. Dallas Fuel. And they retake now with this Sigma.
Good
X10 again.
An amazing spear too. The captive son at the back for Lucamino. Detonates X10. So it's a 3-on-4 right now with Lucamino struggling to keep himself up. Zed finds yet another kill onto the Alari, Johnny, but is it actually enough? There is a beautifully timed Suzu, a better spear onto Sunjin, cancelling the barrage. But you can't do too much more there as Zeb just carried that fight on his shoulders after X10 set him up with success.
Just 2 minutes on the timer now. That was a great opportunity for Lunix to cross that payload and get onto the third point, but now instead you're looking to retake this without any ultimates at all. You essentially would just have one more ultimate cycle here on the attack. That spells trouble for them. They are so pivotal as you look to retake this high ground. But now instead, Dallas Fuel back in full control.
Now here comes the flux again. This rotation, this cycle of fluxes. It cannot be understated how little they have. Like, this spear is the only thing from Zeb. If they connect one, golden. But they almost ideally need to pick first. And actually, you know what? That is the perfect pick. How is Kellen in that position where he's picked? How?
Yeah, why are you so far up?
They're going to hide from Chronic for a brief moment here, Johnny. But now they could just hold W and win.
And with Lunix getting all this position, they have the shield perk as well. This now becomes real competitive here. Sunjin though fires back onto Somba. Oh, but X10 again.
Okay. X10 manages to find another one. Spear, swing, and a miss. Only connecting with the Orisa, maybe. Yes, so actually, Zeb ends up being able to shrug that off with the gold, with the shield, with the spear spin. Ends up walking away with basically 100% HP again. X10 rips the OC, taking to the top of the tent with half HP. And now Sonjin is back in the fight yet again. Orbital Ray for some additional damage and to stay on the point, but Kellen's already found Z. Zeb extremely low in what could be the final fight of the map. There's 30 seconds to go, and Lunix are going to have to scramble now to get another touch.
And especially if you have to rush things here now to try and get to the car, you're going to take so much damage on the way. We see last minute swaps here from Lunix as they go cat here to try and get someone to the payload.
Someone's going to try and get around them.
Uh-oh.
Managed to get around the map.
Do they know?
Surely they know the cat's
They
coming.
know.
Yes, the disrupt shot, they know. And everyone's like, well, I got to touch at some point. Chronic goes down though to Zomba's Pike. The touch, no! The outburst! Eventually, though, Zeb manages to make it in time. X10 ends up going down to the barrage and Sonja with another. Both DPS dead for Lunix. Z is going to follow. And there's the Terror Surge. A lowly attempt on the point for Zeb, only netting a single kill. Even playing on the rush, the Orisa is just no match for the Dallas Fuel. They're going to hold them on that second point. Couple of meters. Actually, not even that. I think it was 1 meter and something before Lunix dunked that point in on point B. A valiant attempt. But the Dallas Fuel slow comp, poke comp, and managed to rule the day.
And I think this kind of just showcases how good Dallas Fuel are on Dorado. The fact that you feel forced to go on towards Circuit Real here. And obviously Dallas Fuel, they're very comfortable on this map as well. But this is the best chance to win the series if you are Lunix here. Stand white with the clutch.
Okay. And look at that. Goodbye. That outburst was ridiculous from Lucamino too. I thought that was basically over. You are scrambling and you're almost in a way fighting a 4v5 as well. Because your cat's not in the fight. Your cat's not doing anything. So.
Yeah, you ended up being in a pretty tough spot back there. It's just like, do I commit? Do I stay back?
Yeah.
And just kind of got forced away. Couldn't cross the choke with confidence. And yeah, without that extra healing, Sonya just kind of cleaned up on the Pharah as well. So, I mean, I respect the attempt though. Because you're thinking like someone has to get to the cart and they ended up having someone to go touch. But I don't mind the idea. It was a good idea. The execution in the end just seemed a little bit questionable.
Ooh, Zeb on the Sigma now. On defense, all right, makes a lot more sense. Farah's going to be a smidge harder to execute if you're Sonjin. Here's the non-shot, Johnny. Here's the second non-shot. I'm telling you, it's not happening.
Okay, but like once a year. Once a year it does happen. You gotta be ready for it.
Once a year. What? Okay. Sonjin just explodes.
Look, Jaws. If you don't go fishing, you can't catch fish.
I'm telling you, chat. Yesterday after the broadcast, he went home. He was already at home, but he went online, looked up some quotes, and he'll be dropping them today. I already
No, I promise. I
Johnny
made it
the
up.
Wise.
I made it up myself.
Johnny the Wise.
Oh, nice shot.
It again. Sunshine on the May this time. Yeah, the fire may be a little bit too hard to execute. Ooh. Smooth headshot onto X10. This is going to be the big counter here.
No, don't pause. Why is it?
Lunex, how do you feel about an investment of the May for Lunex? Okay, calm down, son.
Sorry to have a great time on the May here.
That is
Seb is actually going to move over back to the Orisa here, which
way
I
better
mean,
against the
that,
May.
yeah, that does kind of sting that swap though. And Dallas Fuel, they're steaming ahead here. They've built ultimates that Lunex kind of gave away there with that first point of control here. Obviously, you have this great position to hold this corner still, especially with these Orisa cooldowns, but getting back into this fight, finding the picks required, that's going to be real difficult. And Chronic is the one to open things up.
Oh yes, Sonjin's gonna get walked past, turns around, gets a kunai to the back of the head, but gold Orisa means very few cooldowns now left to survive. And Kellen knows it too. There's the spear spin and the rush just to secure. Don't hate it whatsoever. Zeb extremely quick, manages to dodge out for a couple of moments, but it's a last chance hurrah for Zomba to good couple of shots from Lucamino, and that'll be the point. Not much resistance at all from Lunex.
And I think all in all, we're seeing a great response here from Dallas Fuel after their loss yesterday. The way they flexed
I don't
over to these
like
fights
the,
and playing the May here, Lunex. Real difficult to keep up with the
That
picks
Zeb
Dallas
switch
Fuel are
off of-
showing here. This is the big fight here.
Off
Lots
of,
ultimate on the board, and Lunex one grand stand here.
And I can't remember what the name of the character is called.
Oh my
Zomba's already dead. Rip it now. Captures
Sigma.
Pop it in. Wait, they're gonna orbital ray and they're gonna rush at the same time, and you're gonna lose the fight. Straight into the blizzard. Oh dear. Absolute cinema for Dallas Fuel as they watch Lunex use both ults and then group up and then get blizzarded and fluxed. They got a captive sun in the back pocket. Who's here to touch? Zomba's gonna get rocked initially. Zed's gonna try and get there in time, but Exen's already dead. Spree comes out 0.78 meters before they actually end up capping the point. Captive sun already used. And guess who's low in the backline? It is going to be Zomba, who ends up falling prey to Lucamino. And honestly, non-map there for the Dallas Fuel. They walk over Lunex in a big statement maker of a second map.
Yeah, way more dominant in that one. Now Jaws just a map away from qualifying to the mid-season championship. And I think this is a Dallas Fuel team that is quite hungry for vengeance after taking that 0-3 loss to Team Liquid yesterday. They look fired up in this matchup against Lunex. And Lunex, unfortunately, have to be the one to take the beating as Dallas Fuel look to return to form.
They end up taking him to Circuit Real 2 to avoid the inevitable Winston on Dorado. Inevitable Arna Winston on Dorado. Then I had a little clutch moment here, of course. Nice little highlight for the support of Lunex. But yeah, that was Dallas Fuel all day. And you kind of touched on it, Johnny.
Honestly, I think Kellen just likes playing
Kind of painfully
playing
for
Winston.
Zeb in that situation
I really do
where,
think
okay,
it's
they ended up rocking out with the Farah, then they changed to May. So now I can't play Sigma.
I do
because
think it's
we don't have
Sigma's
a May.
good.
I have to go Orisa to stop the May walls from basically deleting me on the Sig, which is one of his main counters. And then I can't do much else because I don't have an ult. And then Kellen's out-tempoing me with and outpacing me with these fluxes. This is the big fight too. Look at that.
Yeah,
Orbital
I think the
Ray
switch
rush.
was
I can hear Cruz in my head.
really
Can't
threw
let
you.
overlay our support ultimates. We just can't. And straight into the blizzard. It's
Man, they came out with a plan, and then Dallas Fuel just ruined the plan. Now, I don't know what the answer is to get back into this series, Joss. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. But don't forget, you can get 15% off your ticket to mid-season. That's coming up at the end of the month. It's not too long away, Johnny. There you go, OW15 at checkout, and you get some sweet money off, which that you could then spend on some merch, perhaps. Some Overwatch plushies, perhaps. We had the cool Zeta Division 1s over in Tokyo. That was pretty sick. Little Easter egg, they're actually on Neon Junction. Don't tell anybody I told you that.
Whoa. You're just
Secret
revealing
Easter egg lore
secrets.
drop. I know, just like that.
Big Kings Row.
They're hella cute, man. They're hella cute. There was like a Genji one, there's a Tracer one.
Yeah,
There's Kiriko. I got the Kiriko one. Yeah, I got one as well.
You're a Genji, I think.
All right, Kings Row is the pick for Lunex. Very strong map. To be fair, I don't think you want to go to Neon Junction or Hollywood because this is the best map for what your team likes to play.
Yeah, I mean, as a Hopium dealer, I'm even coming kind of, I'm empty for this one. So Lunix going to go ahead and ban Sunjin's Pharah, which actually I think would have come out here on King's Row. We've seen Dallas Fuel, they love playing that poke heavy style, even on a map like King's Row here. So pretty straightforward target ban there. Dallas Fuel here. What are they going to do in return? You kind of can ban the Orisa if you'd like to, and then just build your composition around this inevitable Zarya from Seb. But this opportunity here for Dallas Fuel to kind of target ban what Lunix does, because they have that more narrow hero pool compared to Dallas Fuel.
I think it's a good takeaway from the Fuel on this map. Kiriko banned by the Dallas Fuel. Where does that put the backline for Lunex? Because Z is, I would say, her best hero is the Kiriko currently. I think Nemwai, the way they're able to kind of double flex, but if they want to play the Lucio Kiri, they're able to do that. If they want to play the Juno Kiri, they're able to do that as well. But where does that leave the team now? Where does that leave the backline for Lunex?
I think it's a brilliant ban from Dallas Fuel because they are so comfortable playing without the Kiri. But then you look on the other side of things to Lunex, it's like, okay, do you want to play Juno Brig in an instance like this?
Ooh, right.
And I'd say that Brig is so limited, right, in a meta like this. So Dallas Fuel quite comfortable playing around a potential backline or like that. But you might see Lucamino flex over more to the Ilari. You know, they probably play some BAP if they can as well. And so getting rid of this Kiriko now is just going to make life so much tougher for Zed over onto Lunix side.
Because check this out. You could play just the Ana and Ilari.
Oh, that's true, the Ana.
Dallas Fuel. Yeah, because if you're like, oh, Lunex, you have to, you know, if you really want to play the Juno Brig, like the Ana's going to destroy you. Looks like CJ's going to go on the BAP instead. He's probably a better hero, to be honest, right now. But the poke game is kind of insane again for the Fuel. The Sanjin trolls CJ.
I think BAP has become one of my favorite heroes.
Brings back memories.
Like, I didn't appreciate Baptiste back in the day, especially like when Violet was tearing things up, playing the Baptiste in the Overwatch League. Like
no one's gonna blame.
I look back at that now and I'm like, I didn't appreciate it enough. And now in the Big 26, I'm like totally a Baptiste fan. Whenever Landon brings it out, Ultraviolet brings it out, it'll be CJ and C bringing it out this time.
It's called C aim heroes. That is what I like, and BAP is exactly that. Just an aim hero.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And you can't be blamed for hating that pick as well, because Baptiste was meta Perma in the double shield. So, yeah, and double shield was, let's just say it wasn't my favorite.
I was gonna see the,
Look, I'm not allowed opinions. Not allowed to have opinions on the broadcast. That's crazy. Alright, well, Lunex managed to get themselves on the point. Sonjin gets picked up in Hotel. Lunex have found what was the perfect opening pick, and they're trying to just push Kellen off high ground, and he just slip and fall as well. Chronic gets two, though, on the trade, as unfortunately, Zed might just lose this fight against CJ. Yeah, he does. Okay, that's not a good start. Finding the pick onto the May of all things is just so difficult. Yet you still end up losing the fight. If you can't trade the kill onto CJ and, you know, not even like force lamp early on, that is a rough go of it for Lunex. And it's actually going to prompt them to comp switch completely. They're going back to the Vendetta and Zarya combo.
Yeah, and it worked beautifully for Team Liquid yesterday. And I'd say Lunex is another team that feel quite comfortable playing this. Zumba was fantastic on the Vendetta when the hero was leased as well. And so going up against Dallas Fuel composition, I definitely see the swap. I see the logic behind this. Now it's all about execution. Elimination, you're facing it, and you have one opportunity to qualify for mid-season championship. This is what you're betting on.
Oh, they're backing all the way up. In fact, they're all huddling together. Dallas Fuel have earned themselves support ultimates already. Z ends up rocking the window really early on. It's going to be a window versus window. It's not a dead eye through it. That must have charged up in, what, maybe like a half a second, if that. An instant kill onto X10. She didn't have a chance to move away. Good headies from Chronic, forces Zomba away too, meaning Keller can also move up, rock onto Zomba, forces him back as well as the bite follows him to the spawn. Goodbye. If they can kill Zeb too, that's going to be a lot of energy actually lost for the Zarya. There's one bubble left remaining. Captive Sun's going to come out as Zeb ends up falling over to Chronic. Captive Sun connects with one, Z down, spawn door touch here for Dallas Fuel almost as Kellen also moves up.
Yeah, and I think Lunix played a pretty patient game here. They had control of their own high ground, but then instead decided to put pressure on the point. The amplification matrix came out, but it kind of plays into Dallas Fuel game. They want to play this long
I honestly think that
Lunix,
they should have got at least one tick before they went to like push up there to like attack them. But
as you see them approach here. Good initiation here by X10. Can't you find anything?
Good shield though coming from Kellen. There's the Flux, 2 connects with people in Hotel. They've already traded 1-for-1, 4v4 sound barrier from an NY hits every single member of Lunex there, apart from Zomba, of course. But Kellen's just hiding in the corner. Clear Kellen! He was just hiding in the corner. What was he, a statue? Did he play a Mecha Chameleon? He ends up getting away thanks to the help of that drone, but he is still fairly low. Graviton search from around the corner, and now they're in trouble. Kellen getting chunked out, but still the shield providing adequate cover for him to stay alive. Sonjin falls to Zeb, and there's the chase down. X10 goes down, sure, the window on the high ground completely ignored by Zomba as he picks up a double. Lunex, with only 30 seconds to go, are going to be able to cap this point.
And that push through the left-hand side did wonders for Lunex as they just get way more value out of their composition as a whole. They finally capped this first objective, and now they can get rolling here, if need be, as the payload is revealed here. Kellen swaps over onto Ramatra, trying to absorb some of this tempo now coming out from Lunix with this Zarya, with this Vendetta. Seb's actually going to swap over to the Orisa, so surely that will trigger a swap from Zomba as well after this ultimate is used.
Now taken down to a half HP. Sonjin looking to descend on his prey. There's the spree. Oh, Zomba though. Zomba and Sojin coming up with clips there. Jumps on the bike, 4 HP, tries to get away, begging Lucamino for heals. Zomba trying to go for the chase down, but it's just too low. Standing in front of Kellen right now. And yep, there's just a generic left fix from Kellen and just gonna fell the Vendetta. What an amazing opening there from Zomba. It's going to give them more space. Even the trades there are good for Lunex. Captive Sun for Lucamino. Tags one player, but they dip into books. As Lucamino does get healed up, Nebwai waits for that ult to fade away, and they end up moving up.
Yeah, quite an ambitious play there by Lucamino, who we do love see making plays, but it didn't work out that specific instance now. This is Lunix now pushing forward, feeling quite comfortable, and Seb can get quite disgusting here with the Orisa on the second point. The tempo, the aggression he's pushing with. Now though,
Step 1.
C has the amplification matrix. There's a good position for it.
It's a really good position, forces Dallas Fuel away, but Zeb can't follow up on that instantly, Johnny, because he was too low. And now Zeb on the sidelines with a massive flank. She's already managed to kill Lucamino, and now it's just clean up is what they're after.
I'm telling you, they're down 0-2 in this matchup, but X10 has been killing it. So reliable on all of these maps, securing picks like that and an overclock flank like that turned out beautifully. As Dallas Fuel, they're gonna have to let this one go. Sonja's over onto the Echo now, and I know you have some high ground to play with here, but this is highly unusual, dare I say.
Am I crazy for saying not? I don't hate it. Don't hate this one.
I love everything.
Oh, looks like Lucamino. Oh, the Sky Noon. Oh, it's straight to the sound barrier though. Now Chronic's gonna be in trouble. Annihilation, Terror Surge, everything used on like one section of the map. Lucamino's going to be able to get away. Kellen, I don't think, is going to be quite so lucky. A lot of focus fire on Kellen. He managed to drag Z down with him into the grave, thanks to that Ravenous Vortex, as Lucamino...
All right, buddy.
Oh, we've seen this one again. We've seen
buddy.
this one before. This is just,
Come
look
on.
at this.
Is this even worth
trying,
it? I don't even know if this is worth it.
It might not be.
Well, you're not gonna die
Let's
anyway,
get back
so.
to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
One of the funniest clips I've ever seen, honestly, is Lucamino doing that yesterday. Zomba lying in wait for maybe Kellen to walk up so he can get the wall. Not the best wall of all time, but the Blizzard might be good enough. An instant freeze there onto Kellen thanks to the left click, but an orbital ray is going to help sustain those wounds. Looks like Lucamino's in the backline right now. He's going to have to fight with that window. Bro is stuck in the ceiling. What was that? He was just bumping his little head, just trying to get away. A little bit of a movement, I think, error there from Lucamino, not being able to get out of the line of sight. X10 rips Sunjin's head off as Lunex, I think they're going to finish with over a minute.
Wow.
1 minute and 1 second. You take that any day of the week. What a final push from Lunex.
Yeah, they didn't let off the gas after they capped that initial point, and that is when they really feel at home here on King's Row. I feel like we've seen for a couple of years now this team rolling with 7 Orisa on that second point. And I don't love the Echo. I think you're just a little bit too vulnerable. I understand that, you know, stylistically, counterward speaking, you can get some value from the Echo. I just don't trust you to stay alive long enough against a Baptiste composition. There's plenty of hit scan to pick you out of the sky. I almost wonder if you want to slow things down instead with the Mei, but Sunjin went for it, and I trust Sunjin with my life, so didn't work out this time.
You trust Sunjin with your life?
I think I do, actually, yeah. I think I was speaking truthfully there, not hyperbolical.
Not hyperbolic at all.
No.
Oh, I like that. I don't mind the Echo, and I'll give you my reasoning why I don't mind it at all. I think with Lunex's comp, having like an Orisa with, oh my god, we're going back to double shield. Having the Orisa with, it all comes back, Johnny, with the Sigma, I think is extremely strong. I think the dupe is just so good on that point as well. It's so scary. And the spam is into Orisa is just so easy. You're landing the tri-shots, like every single one is going to be a headshot. The sticky bombs are always going to connect. I think you're able to build up ult so quick. Yo, what can happen? Oh, wow. Nice movement from X10.
That
Well,
would.
so I'm just gonna stick with it. So, look, don't get me wrong. Love seeing some Echo gameplay, alright? It's been a while. I'll just have to see if Sunjin can make it work. I think I like it more on the attack here, on the defense. You can be quite flat-footed. Don't feel like you have any positioning to play around, but Sunjin here definitely has lots of positioning to play with, and the damage onto the Orisa is crazy.
Where did Zeb go? Yeah, that damage was ludicrous. Even through gold, through everything. Wow, that was a fight from the fuel. You hit a blink and you miss it.
This is where it gets scary. Now with Dallas Fuel on the attack with this Echo, they have the opportunity here to really step things up. The way Sunjin predictably is going to play these rooftops and then just threaten with the sticky bombs at all times. Chronic setting up for a flank here with the railgun as well. Lunix are going to be so careful here as well.
Zomba got back spawn. They can't play up, Johnny. That kill from Kellen on the May of all things as he pushes up meant that Zomba couldn't rejoin the fight with the rest of his team. So
Through and out? It might be.
Lunex was waiting for this, so this choke point is
But
basically free.
Dallas Fuel.
Choke point, not choke.
This is, I think, Dallas Fuel's weakest map.
Rare?
So,
A rare hint?
Like, never happens.
Never. Absolutely not. Nice lap from Z. Actually keeps the rest of the team alive. Yeah, Kellen's just kind of jumping in face
So,
first, just tanking.
X10 might
And X10
be able to
dominating him on the high
put it to 4
Okay, so
maps.
actually, despite Zomba losing his life fairly early, or late even on that first point take, they're able to hold choke anyway.
Yeah, now you just have to be careful for these flanks because you can see Sunjin is flanking around here, has the duplicate available as well, and now Dallas Fuel, they have the angles required. Kellen making room here with the bubble and is knotted up here as well. Terrible news for C, going to get picked off in this fight, but the trades are coming in though.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be quick enough as it looks like Lunex are just going to try and die on the point. The call was made. You see Nenwai and X10 fling their bodies towards Zeb to try and get another trade. It's going to be a team kill for Lunex. Just the Nano. That was it. That was everything that was used from Dallas Fuel. Nano's still that good, Johnny. You can just use Nano to win the fight.
Yeah, I mean, the big issue is that Sunjin wasn't scouted right. You have to know that these flankers are going to try and take those angles, and then it just makes Kellen's life so much easier when you know you have that backup. I like that Sunjin was able
Oh,
to
nice shot.
pick up the Zomba here as well. This is Dallas Fuel running away with things here, girls.
Yeah, it feels like the tempo's quickly slipped away from Lunex. An early window to try and push them out too. Feels like a
I think you
desperation
copy here
from Lunex
and try and get
Z to try
point.
and get something, try and get a pick, but no one's in LOS at all, and they don't even use that ult to create space.
They're gonna have touch, but I think as soon as they have touch, you copy.
Oh, you can't use it now, Nenwai. Oh, the sound barrier. Kellen luckily was not chasing the Lucio. Here's the duplication. It's going to be onto the Orisa. The captive son onto the high ground as Nenwai is already felled by Chronic. And again, another decisive fight from the Fuel. These are not close. a back-to-back team kill. That's 4.5 minutes in the bank. Sure, it was an old dump, but that's fine. You trade that. You trade an old dump for the checkpoint any day.
Yeah, Lunix looking for answers here. Maybe here on the third point, they will have a better chance, but they gotta start competing for these rooftops, and Kellen and Sunjar are just waiting quite happily already. Seb's trying to make their way on towards the cart here. X10 goes down though and loses.
How do you lock
Soldier.
down this
is
comp
another fight we
to,
saw at the
like,
cart.
oh, on the Arisa?
These high grounds are very important, like you mentioned. They're gonna just try and go in. Seb has already used gold to try and get the kill on the
Oh,
corner in the back line.
it just-
Periscope might do it, but no, CJ Nate himself jumps on the mega back, ends up going down anyway. BSN trading a late frisbee from Z. The immortality build, not enough to save the Orisa. And Dallas Fuel are gonna run it down again. X10's gonna go down without a mega kill onto Sonjun.
I mean, again, you gotta start competing.
You have
for
to
the
back up.
here.
There's no way you can fight this without your Ana. Oh, no,
Damage done,
they're
but CJ with
they're
the
back
stunner,
already.
Bound to pop it onto Kellen here. Here comes the lead.
Spear's already been used. Spear was already used, so there's no way to get Kellen off the backline, so he pushes them all the way to the spawn doors, and he's going to hold them, hoping the rest of his team can actually finish this one. Remember, this is for a place in Paris as well. This map is not going the way right now of Lunix, despite their 1 minute and 1 second time back. Kellen's going to jump back in, close to Primal Rage. Zeb's extremely low, Capture Sun thrown out on the point. Nemwai cowering for cover. 3 minutes and 3 seconds versus the minute and 1 for Lunex. The Dallas Fuel, they've got so much left, it feels like. Not happy with how that series went yesterday. It feels like they got fire in their bellies coming in today.
100%. Looking like a different team this time around, and Lunix having a terrible time of it. I don't even know here
Let's
now.
see if they
Steps
can,
here, just gonna stick with this on the defense as well. Just like, yeah, that worked great for us. Why not, mate? Just double down on the Echo defense. Why not? Farah gets banned, all good. All good.
We play Farah version 2 Echo.
Oh my god, this is devious. On the overtime perks as well. This is a devious comp from Dallas Fuel.
Yeah. We'll see. Looks like Sonjin again sticking on the Echo. Really like it.
X10's gonna
With the
play
same idea, maybe
Bastion as well,
X10
so
is
that's...
hovering the Bastion.
You could.
I think you probably have to just play the Bastion in overtime because it is so potent. Now, the question for Lunix becomes here. If Chronic ends up picking the missiles, we get it, Sonjin. We get it. CJ doesn't like it either. If Chronic ends up picking the missiles perk here, does X10 wait to pick the perks and then just roll out with the turret here instead, and then Zomba with the Tracer? I think that's just a lot of hit scan damage from Lunix here. Actually could reasonably deal with this Echo and Cat Bastion comp. See, they waited to select the perks.
Yeah. She hasn't picked the perk yet. Just waiting to see.
Oh, and that's what happens to the Echo. That's what I told you happens with the Echo.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't like the...
tougher on defense.
Mind games here with the Bastions. There you go. Okay, X10 not choosing the missile perk. And looks like neither has Chronic. X10 extremely low. Drop back down to earth now. Now the formers run out. They're still shooting, firing at Kellen, trying to destroy the shield. But CJ almost impervious to damage on this high ground. Both traces end up trade, sure, but you're not going to get too much position off that. Maybe, just maybe, Zeb can make a play here, but it's up to the Bastions to get kills, and X10's found hers.
3 seconds to go here. Seb's gonna end up touching the objective here as Lunix kind of storm forward. Dallas Fuel sitting back for the time being. Lukavinas just trying to touch here, but have to take care of your tank player as well. Dallas Fuel with the retake.
Yeah, I think they just want to give up ticks. They don't really care about it right now. Zeb has ended up using the grasp, so a little bit more of a susceptible target. That's unbelievable land, though, coming through from Z, saving Zeb. And now, the Mortar Barrage, X10, just trying to look for a kill onto CJ. Nana's already been popped onto Kellen, has got the rock, and has got the flux. It's going to be a direct connection with Zeb, misses the rock of his own, and Kellen brings him back down to earth. That's the Dallas Fuel holding on to the first point. 63% for Lunex. But now they're fighting for their lives here. They got to keep themselves in the series. They need a reverse sweep to lock in that last place in mid-season. Whereas the Dallas Fuel need merely 64% on first point.
This would be one of the best Kings Row defenses we have seen from Lunix if they're able to clutch this out in overtime. 3 minutes for 63.9%.
Let's see what Lunex comes out with. They probably come out with Bastion, I would assume again.
Kind of struggled to get across the finish line on that first point. The Cat Bastion gameplay just wasn't clutch enough, and CJ getting that Nano out, crucially, that was the difference maker in the end there, and Dallas Fuel end up retaking the point here. So kind of feel like you're forced to bring out the Bastion yourself here in overtime. We talked about how good Bastion is in overtime when you get those perks available. But just because you're going to have to deal with the attackers potentially playing Bastion as well. So it just ends up being the best consistent pick for the defensive side here. But can you compete with Dallas Fuel for 3 minutes on compositions like this? This is a very tough task for Lunix on a composition they're not necessarily that well versed on.
3, 2, 1.
And it just takes one big ult cycle from the Fuel, or even, I'd say, one big nade from CJ. They've gone Winston. They're not playing the Sigma. They're not playing slow. They want to go quick. They want to take high ground. They want to take space. They've gone Cat Bastion. Oh, good headshot. Woo. Oh my goodness.
Wait, Anna can now headshot? That's
ends up using recall though. Again, kind of checking Sunjin on the Echo. And is Sunjin going to switch? Yes, straight over to Tracer to try and match Zomba. Oh, and he gets the clip as well. The one clip is devious. Switcher on Echo on the Tracer does it better than Zomba could. Zeb now in trouble. It's got a rock. It's a big nade, yeah, on X10, on C. And Zeb just basically has to play in the audience here. Has to wait for his team to do the work. CJ and Kellen have already come up with kills though. They've got a tick on the point. Dallas Fuel a team wiped Lunix. And there's the checkpoint. There's the map, the series, and their place locked in at mid-season.
The Stage 1 champions hungry for revenge here in the Stage 2 playoffs as they look up their spot for the mid-season championship after a brutal 0-3 loss yesterday.
I do think that's still their weakest map, is right there, but because they usually get like 3 checked. I thought Lunix was going to at least get first checkpoint and get the cart rolling, but I think Lunix was just trying to throw stuff at. I know that they say that the perks are good, but they kind of threw their own game out the window and tried something else in overtime, which I was like, yeah, the enemy team has a Bastion. Maybe you have to match it. But, like, throwing your own game out the window is not gonna get you wins. You gotta stick to your, like, game plan. And maybe that was the game plan. It just didn't work as well as, like, what you first came out with at the beginning. Because you're like, yeah. Because it could have been the game plan. You could have been like, oh yeah, if we go into overtime, this is the comp we're gonna run. This is how we're gonna give the best shot of ourselves. So it could have been like a good thing, but all right.
Their style, you know, their compositions that they're running, it's what makes and breaks the games for them. It's like it is what makes them so strong, right? But it is also what the opposition can abuse. Team Liquid certainly did, and they are certainly willing to do that again if they meet them in the lower final. Is there anything you feel like Dallas Fuel could still be hiding up their sleeves, Reinforce?
I don't know. I feel like rarely do we ever get to see teams hiding something at this stage. I mean, Team Liquid yesterday, you could see that they looked well more Belarus on something like Zarya.
But they just
Vendetta.
like swapped out the entire team. it seems,
Exactly.
honestly,
Like
that was-
they came in with some planned compositions, but for the most part, I think Dallas Fuel, they're just going to be rocking with what they've done so far at the stage and what has worked for them overall.
Indeed, well, that's what kept them alive here in the lower bracket. They got to punch their ticket, and we now have CJ joining us for a quick yap after that victory. A dominant performance, CJ, so congratulations. How you feeling? Any weight lifted off of your shoulders now that you know that you for sure have qualified for the mid-season championship?
Honestly, not really. I think going into this match, we knew we were just gonna probably 3-0. They don't really play with like any comps that are difficult for us to play into. Like they don't play any like the Malga comps, so I think just going into this, it was just kind of expected.
Right,
kinda
so
wanna roll
not
back
face
the-
it all by your loss. Sorry, I'm gonna jump ahead here and ask something else. I need to ask obviously about the loss yesterday because it came as a big surprise to most of us watching. Right, what was your big takeaway from that series against Team Liquid, and are there any changes you feel are needed heading further into the playoffs?
I think going into the series, we just had like really bad practice overall. We were like scrimming Lunex and SSG, who don't really play Maga. They're leaning more towards like the Orisa style, and we can't scrim Europe because Sanjin's still in Korea. So yeah, we didn't really have any practice in the Maga mirror. But I think in the match, I just think that we rushed things too much. I think since like I guess it was nerves, I'm not sure, but we were just like playing way faster than we should have, and like without like clearing angles or like playing for our comp. So I think going forward into the next series, if we do play TL, I think compositions will probably roughly stay the same. It's just like a little bit of a playstyle change.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you're feeling confident going into that series. I think it'll be a good rematch because you just didn't, like you mentioned, you didn't really look like yourselves. In terms of North America, then, if you do end up facing TL, do you think SSG have just hit the tier break this stage? Do you think they're just that much better? Are they infallible?
I don't think they're that much better than everyone else. I just think that they've been scrimming like a lot of Europe, and they're like really good at these like cat comps, whether it be Cat Bastion or like Cat Cast. And it's something that's still like kind of difficult for I guess us and Liquid to get a grasp of, just because when they have Infected and playing the Maga, they can't really play Diva comps, and obviously us, we can't really play Diva comps. But yeah, I feel like SSG is like probably like still roughly the best, but I don't think it's like a large margin that they're like just infinitely better than everyone else.
So CJ, having bad practice, that obviously is something that makes you feel pretty bad going into a series like that. But I want to ask about the loss yesterday. Did that also kind of come as a surprise to you guys, or as you felt like this stage you've been learning a lot throughout all these weeks now, or did it come like kind of sudden to you? You felt like you were on top the entire stage, and then that was a bit of a surprise loss to Team Liquid. How do you kind of recap how the form has been like this entire stage, and then you ended up with a loss yesterday?
For the loss, I don't think it was like expected, but I don't think like we go in knowing we were gonna lose. I think in this meta, as I've been saying like previously, we're a team that like thrives on our mechanics, and like all of our compositions that we have played in the past are like, you know, for everyone to shine, I guess. But with these more macro-based comps, we don't really play them, like Kiri Lucio or like Kiri Cat Maga. Like these comps are like, I guess, kind of like a new concept to us as a team, since like that's all we played in stage one were just like these mechanical comps. I think Liquid, they've been together for a while, so they're like really good at these comps. They know like how each other want to play. But I think with more time and with us scrimming more of these like macro comps, I feel like we'll be right there with them.
Well, today you guys look back in form. It's not going to bring back my channel points I lost yesterday on betting on.
I'm sorry.
But that's okay. I'm not mad. You know, I just felt like I should mention it. But CJ, it's great to see you guys back in action. We wish you best of luck in your upcoming match tomorrow.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure hearing from CJ, getting some insights there. Yeah, don't really like that, Jack. It's not funny when all the points are gone. It's not funny. I was thinking about it as I went to bed, you know?
Hey, that's fine. A lot of people lost channel points throughout this weekend. It's been fun. Yeah, I'm really hoping for the rematch, honestly. I think SSG, they look really good, yes, but a TL Dallas, you've got to give us that again. I want to see it. It can't be a 3-0 once more.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be super interesting to just see how they stack up against, and essentially also just to find out whether what we saw from Team Liquid yesterday was just a fluke. Is this for real? Like, where are they landing? And we'll find out very soon because they will be going up against SSG in our upper bracket final. First, a quick break, which should give you plenty of time to cop the esports bundle. That's right, Fire and Tide bundles are available now in our store. Get those beautiful skins, but also, of course, these incredible sprays and name cards that are exclusive to the bundle. So make sure to purchase the bundle now.
Let it be known, I bought it today.
You bought it today. See,
I bought it today.
And yeah, you're leading by example. Exemplary, very good. Might be a tax write-off for you as well. So get on that. Now we see you after a short break. Don't go anywhere.
Start your climb to OWCS with Faceit League. Compete for $50,000 every season to sustain your team's competitive journey. Progress through skill-balanced divisions until you hit the Master Finals broadcast and get scouted by the best teams. Your climb to OWCS starts here. Join at fce.gg/Faceit League.
We really need to see the Team Liquid we saw yesterday. But are we gonna get that Team Liquid, or are we just gonna an SSG that stomps? That's the real quick. Because Team Liquid looked really good yesterday, but it depends if we get them good, if we get the good Team Liquid, or if we get the bad Team Liquid. If we get the good Team Liquid, I think this goes match 5. But if we don't, then but it all depends on what Team Liquid we get. Then we'll make some coffee, actually. So, I'll be back real quick.
I've been wandering these places, trying to find where I know I belong. And I've seen too many faces, now I know it was here all along. So don't try to deny it, you know we ain't living here alone. When I'm with you, I'm flying. I just want you here, that's all I know. Got me feeling, got me waiting. I'm lucky when you're by my side. When I say it, I'm not lying.
Welcome back, everyone. Zoe here, joined by my good friends Jack and Johnny. We're about to set the stage for our last match of the day. It is the upper bracket final here in our Stage 2 playoffs in NA. And it's an unlikely matchup, honestly. We did not expect to see Team Liquid being the team going up against Space Station Gaming. In fact, Team Liquid, or rather Space Station Gaming, did not expect to go up against Team Liquid, as was evident in yesterday's post-match interview with Lethal. He was very sure to see Dallas Fuel up on top. Let's talk about what went down for SSG so far, though, because they've not dropped a map here in the playoffs. They've been looking flawless. They've been looking pretty darn flawless in general in Stage 2. You know, they just dropped 2 maps overall, and it was the odd maps against our bottom teams, the Cafe and the Sky, so probably can't read much into that.
Yeah, I don't think there is realistically to read too much. Look, at the end of the day, they're very dominant. They're very good. Is the tier break there? I certainly think so, but CJ in the previous interview said, nah, not really. I think on good days, they're just really good, but the gap can kind of close between the rest of North America. But I don't see a world where they don't win the region. This obviously is Dallas Fuel on your screen.
Tell us was SSG, right?
Okay.
They're living, they're living rent-free in our in our minds.
Helen's so back.
Kellen's back.
So back. He's
Kellen's on
everywhere.
all the North American teams. It's just a matter of until Team Liquid.
So true.
Maybe they're
You love to see it. That's right. But yeah, so Space Station Gaming, I mean, obviously they're looking to cement themselves as the best team in NA so far. They've done a good job making it look pretty darn flawless, and here they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tier break there. I think they match up well against both Dallas Fuel and Team Liquid, so I guess there should be a tier break, but I think their flexibility has been so impressive in Stage 2, and they admitted themselves in the interviews they felt pretty rigid in Stage 1, and they saw some pretty mediocre results based on that fact. And so now, here in Stage 2, I just love Sugarfree's flexibility. It's not just the Tracer, it's also the Symmetra, it's the Mei, Hawk being able to play this Diva. I think that is going to be a game changer in this series against Team Liquid, and I don't think we're at all going to see a replicate what we saw from Team Liquid yesterday. It's going to be much tougher in this series.
I mean, hey, they even bust out the Hanzo, you know, it's very NA of them. But they're making smart swaps, and they should be considered the heavy favorite heading into this match. Now, on the other side, though, Team Liquid, they've leveled up at supersonic speed. It's actually a night and day difference between what we've seen from this team during the group stage versus what they showcased in their match yesterday, which was quite dominant against the Dallas Fuel that we rated really highly.
Yeah, super high. Come on, Fuel. What happened, man? No, I think
another opportunity to dog on them. Good job, Jack.
Well, I'm not dogging. I'm just saying I want them to succeed. I want them to succeed.
Because
I want Team Liquid to
because
succeed too. They're missing out on the Stage 1 LAN was just disappointing, in all honesty. I wanted to see these guys go against some of the best teams in the world. But yesterday, you know, and locking themselves in with the spot, I'm excited to see how far they can actually go. I think Zera's been very good. I love the addition of attack as well. I think Team Liquid, they do look so much better. Just, it turns out when you're in-person bootcamp, you just level up, you go in the chamber, and then you come out 1,000 times stronger. It was truly night and day, like you said.
They did indeed. In fact, we shared yesterday as well that they're, you know, booking triple blocks and whatnot, so they've really put in the work. Let's talk to their head coach, Kosaurus, right before this match. Kosaurus, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking the time. We won't hold you up too long. This is, of course, an important match for you, but talk to us about the journey that this team went on over the last couple of weeks heading into this playoff.
Yeah, of course, if we head back to Stage 1, we kind of had to reformat our team. And now coming into this Stage 2, we have Attack and Kivas, who are over there in the background, warming up. And we reintroduced them to the team. And, you know, at the start, especially in this group stage, we had like a very, very slow start, and both SSG and Dallas Fuel were able to get the better of us. But as we, you know, have put pressure on ourselves, and I always like to say that pressure makes diamonds, we're coming out.
Alright, I'm back. And yeah, I have coffee.
Right now in this
No.
playoffs.
Yeah, I think with how well you did yesterday, and like the boot camp and Liquid saying, it's been a big boon for you. It's a great look. How do you guys feel going to an international though? Obviously, this playoffs, you're going to be playing the same kind of teams you have been, but yeah, how do you guys feel? How confident is the rest of the squad? Because it'll be the first real big chance for you guys to show us what you got in 26.
Yeah, we weren't able to make the championships clash, but at the preseason boot camp we had quite a good performance against a lot of other teams. We showed up against Virtus Pro and then made it close against Twisted Minds. So I think out of all the NA teams, we'd like to show that, NA is not at the bottom, and we can do better than what we've shown so far this year. And now that we've made EWC, we can put money where our mouths are.
All right, so you beat down Dallas Fuel 3-0, looked real confident yesterday. Now you're facing SSG. How do you think they differ against Dallas Fuel? Do you think they are a much stronger opponent than Dallas Fuel were yesterday?
I think SSG is definitely stronger. They've kind of reinvented themselves this stage compared to last stage, where they're just kind of Lucio Key one tricks, it felt like, just like us. And they were better at it than us. But now they play almost everything, right? They play the Capasian, they play the Wu Yang, they can still play that Lucio Kiri. So I think today is going to come down to who can show the most diversity in their compositions and who can surprise the enemy team.
We're so excited to see what you guys have in store for us. Kosores, thank you so much for taking the time, and best of luck to you in the squad.
Thank you.
That was Kosores, the head coach of Team Liquid, sharing some insights about their journey in the last couple of weeks, which in fact they talked about this yesterday as well, right? Like it's not been an easy adjustments for the individuals, for the team as a whole. Obviously a new meta, new players, new everything. So there was just, again, a lot of moving pieces. But listen, they show up when it matters the most. They are making it to the upper bracket finals, and we'll be playing SSG right here, right now. I'm super excited. I felt like obviously SSG still has to be considered the favorite for obvious reasons, but given what we've seen from Team Liquid yesterday, they can take maps for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to say SSG are going to roll them. I don't want to see a 3-0. I want to see a 3-2. I want to see a close game. Like, Team Liquid have got to bring it. I did vote for SSG though. I think still they're really good. They're kind of clean with it, and I like Sugar-Free. Sugar-Free does show a lot of flexibility, like you were mentioning, Johnny, too. I think there's just so much still left in the wheelhouse for the team, and they're going to scare everybody. I think it'll add to.
5-map bang.
Yeah, they gotta
Just
go
give us
all
a 5-map
now.
bang.
Yeah, 5-map. That's right. Manifested, y'all. Manifested in chat, and burn the stage or whatever it takes in order to get us to a map of 5. We're here for it. We're ready. Let's see who's gonna come out on top in our upper bracket final in NA. So guys, please take it away.
Here we go, Johnny. Who's going to find themselves in the final? No shock. Ilios is going to be the first map. Always on Ilios. We've seen a little bit of Nepal from EMEA. Come on, NA. What's going on here?
They love their Ilios. It's almost like Kazors brought it too. Remember? Toronto Defiant? They used to be so good on this map. They kind of picked it up. They tried to compete with the Koreans. And then a couple of teams were like, yeah, we can't compete with the Koreans. But Toronto Defiant, they certainly did. And then obviously kind of took a few members of that and made Team Liquid instead. It's going to be the Bastion ban here from Team Liquid. So shying away from the Cat Bastion. And the Kiriko ban from SSG is going to open up things for Ultraviolet to take that on again.
Oh, yeah. Ultraviolet, Anna. Do you still think Ultraviolet's the best flex in NA?
Oof. I mean, yeah, I think you have to say that, yeah. The individual skill on so many different heroes, playmaker, shot caller, I think you gotta go with Ultraviolet. But I will say, if we're talking Team USA, still love Landon.
Yeah.
I love Landon.
Oh,
I know Landon plays
yeah.
in EMEA, but American, so I gotta include there in the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Gates are kind of come down. Yeah, no Kiri, no Bastion, so I'm looking at these backlines. Kivis, Ana, Vega still on the Cat. I think Cat is almost a go-to on this map, regardless if a Bastion's available or not, just to help someone like a Cassidy, and even a Shion in that regard too. I still like the Cat here. And obviously environmentals.
Team Liquid playing D.Va themselves. It's a look we haven't really seen from them because Infected has been a mainstay in this roster, but this is what attack allows you to do. Play the D.Va comp.
Sugar-Free forcing the recall really early away from Zero, so he's going to have a bit of an easier time finding his way to the backline. Admiral does eventually get healed up by UV. But these nades are going to have to be clean from Kivas. Swinging around Hawk's neck is going to be so tough. Best hero on the Diva is what he's been known for so long, even going back to like the Atlanta Rain days as well, Johnny, in Overwatch League.
Went for a bit of a dive there. Actually didn't end up getting anyone, and now Team Liquid on the back foot of that failed dive. Lethal going to get picked up here. It's going to be a point cap from SSG. Yeah, Team Liquid really invested in trying to kill Ultraviolet. They couldn't. And now SSG winning control, but Zera gets to pick up the Sugar Free.
I wonder why they let the play. They almost had the flip.
Space Station actually hold on or even get a pick themselves. Hawk's gonna get out of the fight, even lose mech, maybe not quite. Looks like Zera was chasing him, but was unable to get that final point of damage to actually make him get out of mech. UV lethal dead. Okay, a quick reset for SSG after they only get 16%.
And this is where Team Liquid is such a scary team. I mean, look at this composition Team Liquid are playing. They could jump at you any opportunity. Sugar Free here. Doesn't get one clip. Manages to survive this one, but Kivas has anonymous. Lethal though. Sky Noon.
Sky Noon. Diva. Eaton. Swings down to Cage. Oh, not quite. Needs to be like a fraction lower there.
Tree.
But Spree. Yep, the nano boost Spree. Who'd have thought it, huh? Pretty good combination of ultimates. Sugar Free at least comes up with a kill. However, Tree needs to stay alive. Dash up in 1%. Oh, the stick from Zera. Dunks on Sugar Free. Sugar Prawn down. Oh my goodness. Team Liquid treated Zera coming alive.
What are we engaged there? When SSG were engaging with the Sky Noon, Team Liquid flips things around with the Nano and the Spree. And now 55% and counting. SSG, they have to work their way up here, but with the orbital ray. But Team Liquid, they could dish out one biotic grenade and just put SSG a stop to their tracks here.
Ultra Ray from Violet is going to be... It might be a little tough to use on this point because there's so many ways that the enemy team can get away. Ultraviolet's going to use it anyway. High ground, catnap. Uh-oh, onto the Diva, going to try and drag him down to the death box. Oh, with the sleep as well. It's perfect, but he still gets away. How is Hawk alive? How did Hawk get out? Eventually, he's going to get demexed by the looks of things. Yes. Okay, there it is. Attack kills lethal. Space Station Gaming control the point. A rather large, like, kerfuffle there on the outside of the map. Killing Hawk would be rather good for Team Liquid. They are gaining control, almost, but it's actually a tag that ends up losing mech. Hawk eventually ends up going down, but Team Liquid are still holding on to this point. Like, how have they not let him go?
So much percentage built up there for Space Station Gaming. Admiral gets a couple here. Attack finally goes down. This opens things up for SSG to retake the point.
Right, 83% for Team Liquid. There's the cap from SSG finally.
Yeah, like
that was an amazing disengage from
they
Hawk.
keep getting a lot of or not ults.
I say that as Jedi and Pulse come up. SSG, my bad. Yep, Sky Noon. Hunting for the back line. Oh, that's a perfect domination onto Vega. Dunk straight on him and gets airlifted to safety as well. They trade supports though with UV dead.
Okay.
Hawk spawn from Zera. Tried to go for the a kill onto I guess Sugar Free. I'm not sure who he was aiming for. Hawk brings him down though as Admiral trades. Again, Space Station do end up flipping, but Team Liquid getting 84. The pulse bomb gets dodged. Kivas gets bailed out
like
basically by
they
Vega
keep
there.
giving Space Gaming the point for free. They have so much point and they haven't even won a fight.
Who's it going to go on to?
A couple of shots there on the Tracer. There's the nade, the nano. And now Attack, he's so healthy. He's going to get catnapped straight down into the death box though. Attack gets completely dominated in that fight. Admiral and Attack end up trading. Point gets split again for Team Liquid. SSG is still on 99 with the lethal on this high ground.
But Hawk will get back to this point, and a tank is going to be a big difference maker for SSG here. If Lethal can get this Sky Noon as we approach this final fight, that could be what ends up claiming the point for SSG here.
He's so close to this High Noon. He's up into the sky. Tree with the Spree. Well, he gets absolutely no points of damage by the looks of things. Looks like Lethal's just gonna be happy with an ejection from the mech. Both Divas using their self-destructs, but it's actually Lethal that dies. Overtime, Liquid in control. Nano boost deployed onto Hawk. Looks for Vega, flies away in the end. So Hawk looking for his next target, can't find anybody. Nobody was found there at all as Vega gets out of the way. As Team Liquid almost sneak the point away, sneak the round away. But Space Nation Gaming managed to get back on. Ultraviolet ends up going down. They managed to get a decent onto Hawk as well. A pulse bomb for Zera as he keeps juggling the points. And now overtime is looking also scary for SSG. They're going to chase Admiral away. A late nano boost onto Zera. And a nail-biting end as Team Liquid claim the round.
What a look this is from Team Liquid. SSG, you would think that the Cassidy and the Cat will have the upper hand, but the way Sarah and Tree are just navigating these angles, the way they're flanking around, getting pressure onto the SSG backline. Tree 13-1. Attack as well, 15-2, doing a great job on the Diva. But this tempo that Team Liquid are bringing, and the way they're finding a lot of picks there in the middle of these fights, that is the big difference. It ends up being what gives Team Liquid the very first round here on Ilios. They're playing so impressively right now.
Against Hawk's Diva too, his best hero. Attack's gonna swap to the Sigma. Kiv is back on the Ana. Ultraviolet is going to do the same. I think the Ana is just so strong. Again, on this map, pop him on the high ground. You have the Cat for protection. A very easy line of sight for the Cat to throw in heals too.
I don't know if you know the story, but why did they change his name from McCree to Cassidy?
Pretty neutral matchup here, Draws. This could come down to individual playmaking here. No composition having a real upper hand. Attack, drops low.
Attack's really low. Needs nade. Okay, he ends up using the grass too to try and stay alive. Looks like Hawk has traded sustained cooldowns and popping the gold. Decent damage from Kivis with the headshot perk. But the rest of the team have to stay in his LOS. As Sugarfree just dies to the pulse. I think Vega got the perfect kind of cat scratch on him. Zufi also dies.
It's going to be a swap here. Sugarfree moves away from the Tracer and actually onto the May here. Yeah, what an accretion from Attack. Team Liquid applying pressure here onto SSG. And we talked to Kazoras before the game. It's about who can showcase deep hero pool throughout this series. SSG, they're left kind of stumbling at the minute, trying to figure out their optimal approach for dealing with Team Liquid's composition right now.
Rolls off the high ground. Love this angle from Attack. Which requires the... Oh, wait, oh, they're in the wall. Tree couldn't get away. He was actually in the wall, stuck inside the object. The actual door stuck moment. Nice flashbang from Zera. Doesn't quite end up picking up the kill on Theana. Oh, he's whiffing though. He's whiffing all those shots. That was like 3 in a row from Zera. He needed to connect to kill the Ana. It didn't end up happening. Good peel from SSG too. That's point cap.
What is happening in this series? Sarah, we gotta clean those
madness.
up. Absolute madness indeed. And SSG, they reclaim the point here. With their ultimate economy they're building right now, they're looking pretty at the moment. Hawk though, losing armor before the fight kicks off. It's a Sky Noon.
Sky Noon. Oh, you got it. Oh, the nano boost. No, the nano boost. Get him up, lethal. He's on the perfect angle right now. There's the nano. Oh, lethal. Ends up, well, he got one short, but Zera, I think, got one better. Apple ends up going down. Points still in control by Team Liquid as they, managed to sneak the cap away. As they put Lethal in a perfect spot to end up, they put Zera in the perfect spot to kill Lethal in the end. What a messy team fight. As SSG, they regain control, but it looks like Liquid have been able to get out of their spawn, at least somewhat. They've regrouped the attack, switching over to Diva.
I mean, this is madness. Oh, Sugarfree goes down with the Blizzard as well. This is now Team Liquid can push forward.
Catnap? He got to get this kill. I think Admiral was dragging him towards the backline. It was just getting out of the way. That was really about it. Oh, what a strange ult there from Admiral. Okay,
what is happening? Why is people just dying just randomly?
I mean, the healing is fairly low, even though there's Anas, they're constantly contested. Admiral gets a pick on the Kivis right there. And meanwhile, the Cats are dealing damage, so not a lot of healing going on this battlefield. And we're seeing picks being traded at all times.
Let's go my list again for
flip like 6 times the past, I don't know, minute.
I have no idea. Like, usually I can commentate, like, what's going on, but this game, I have no idea. Like, people are just dying just randomly in this thing. It's like... like, Space Gaming has the point, but...
One off of the Arista's head, I would imagine. Or anybody else that comes in blind spot. There you go. He's got about 4% to go. High Noon, Sky Noon, Admiral already down. Oh, Vega dies too. No! He dropped off the map! Vega died, so he dropped.
Oh my gosh.
Oh dear.
People are just dying just randomly.
2v2. Attack gets nano boost. It's a 2v2. More honest Overwatch, but it's a nano, Johnny. I mean, Attack's winning that 9 times out of 10. Space Station Gaming, they get 95%. Team Liquid get the cap.
Okay, but it's going to be last fight territory here now.
They're trying,
They
though.
still have their nano boost available, along with 3 other ultimates. This has to be Team Liquid coming up with a play, either Tree or Sarah, finding something that can give them advantage in this matchup.
Whoa! Oh, he died! No! Vega died! Wait, what? Wait, Vega actually just died to lethal. He got 2 tapped. Oh my goodness, that was almost the sickest play of all time. Throwing the bomb in the backline, there's the nano boost onto the Cassidy into the sky. He ends up hitting the roll straight around the pillar. Both Arna's already dead, but Lethal looking for more. A silver bullet across the map as SSG managed to get the cap again. Almost gets the 2 hit onto Tree, but manages to get the bike or the dash just in time. And SSG get the cap anyway. Oh, round 2 is theirs. There's no
What
time
is
for
happening?
attack as they sneak the cap away. What is happening?
That's just what I said.
Vega, I saw the vision. I mean, this killed the cats.
There was no touch.
They killed the cat, so Zero just plummeted to his death.
Just absolute madness. Vega, I saw the vision with the bomb. That would have been legendary. That would have been epic.
He dies before he moved it like a meter.
I mean,
It was close,
oh,
but
you
like,
can't with a diva bomb here.
I don't know what's happening. The first point Space Gaming got free percentage without winning a fight. That one, just people were just out of position, I guess, and just kept dying just randomly.
Holy moly. UV went down to like 1 HP from some cross-map shots. Yeah, now you got high ground control. Yeah, thanks to that pressure, actually. Kivas gets this one free. It has been... Oh, how do you counter that if you're Kivas? Lethal goes over your head as Cass and shoots you twice. You just can't. There's the counter, you just can't.
Okay, don't give up free point. Okay, give up free point.
With the point jab. Team Liquid, you know they're going to keep contesting though as Attack finds a pick onto Sugar Free yet. This is where it gets quite difficult though, because Team Liquid, they can roam around with this Xion, with this Tracer. Meanwhile, SSG have to probably put a lot of resources into protecting Lethal in a matchup like this. The nade onto Attack, we're going to be alright.
Gonna be chill. It's still a diva after all. Ends up getting away, fully healed up again. Alright, more shenanigans with Lethal into the sky. Ultraviolet's waiting to be dive bombed. He's playing all the way back on the little staircase. Okay, Lethal's on the high ground. Attack's here too to absorb some of the damage. Silver bullet. Tree ends up dying, yeah, to UV. Ends up tapping him in the head with a headshot perk too. They're almost going to get a cap as well. They'd end up going into the point. Attack self-destruct back a bit. Ends up remeching. SSG get, what, 15% or so? But there's still a lot of members from Team
Did you-
Liquid to actually go for a retouch.
Wait, did Attack just self-destruct without being weak?
Abra doing his best to heal up. Hawk with the nano boost now onto...
Okay, don't lose point. Don't just randomly lose point. Okay.
They're going to drag him off the edge again. Oh, but Abra ends up going down. Attack chases him away. And the cat is killed.
Oh, you did give up free point. Think this is panic? I think so too, because I can't even keep up with what's going on. Oh, don't die.
You have to contest this point and Attack being healthy here with the Diva mech. That is going to be the difference maker for Team Liquid here as well. Sirius doing a tremendous job on the Tracer, staying alive in this fight, finding picks themselves. This is a Sky Noon and a prayer for SSG going into the next one.
You should have thoughts after the game. I don't know what kind of thoughts I was doing at this game. Like, everyone just seems so out of position all the time.
He makes his way towards the point. A body shot onto Vega. High Noon pop from Lethal, still holding it as he's dangled in front of the point. Attack ends up going down. Yeah, well, at least the mech does, like you mentioned. Now Lethal can hide, give us 9 HP. And Attack's body gets cleaned up too. Baby Diva down. Space Station should be able to clean this one up, no problem. But Team Liquid drops like 90-something%. 89. It'll do.
Now the big question for Space Station is, how do you win one of these fights with the Sky Noon not being available? Can Lethal get there in time? Maybe. It has been what is kind of pushing these fights over the edge for SSG here is Team Liquid doing such tremendous work with the Xion, with the Tracer in a composition like
Let's
this.
see if
Can you maybe find something with the
what
Biotic Rain here?
what are you gonna even try and do here?
I think I'm calling these Tom pick-ons at this point.
Oh, and Dana's dead now.
What a setup.
Nice. Yeah, nice setup from Sarah in attack, being on the off angle. Lethal's on the enemy high ground right now, but he's guarded by the fearsome cat.
Oh, and you're sleeping, and
Sugarfree with a nice pick off onto
the
arm before Vega can teleport him away. Sugarfree ends up getting two, still alive as well. I mean, look, at the end of the day, if a Hawk's alive on this point, they're still gaining percent. I mean, Diva Mech, I mean, the self-destruct is going to give him an extra life. They managed to D-Mech attack forcing his own self-destruct. Can't quite get the baby Diva cleanup, however. But look who's back in the action. Oh, the stick from
he stuck him.
that onto April into the sky. Hawk ends up getting desuited.
Oh, and dead.
But no, they can actually swimming in at the perfect moment after that self-destruct. Team Liquid end up getting the cap too. Space Station need to touch, but Team Liquid are going hunting right now. I'm looking for that touch to come in, and so is Zera. He's nanoed. Sugarfree's gonna get there in time, Johnny.
Sky Noon here. As you gotta keep contesting the point, but can Lethal find anything? It doesn't look like it.
There's nobody around. There's nobody around. He didn't even pull the trigger on that one either. The cat nap from Admiral. Vega's gonna have his in a couple of moments, but Hawk ends up running him over. Lethal with his silver bullet. It's Admiral. It's just dancing around the point, trying his darndest to stay alive. Healed up in the end by UV. Thankfully, his Hawk is just solidifying the point for SSG. A double kill onto attack in Zera, and now where there's a touch for Liquid. It doesn't look like it's gonna come in. There's no one there. A space station finish up the map. That has got to be one of the most chaotic games or maps of Overwatch of all time.
Just happened. What was that? I think it comes down to Sugarfree clutching things up with the 2K in that very final fight. It boils down to a 2 versus 2. Hawk has the superior mech health with the Diva. And I think SSG clean up on the back of...
What did I just even what? Like, it... That... like, that just seemed like it was a ranked game. Like, everyone just, like, fighting their own battles. Everyone just keeps on dying. No one knows what's going on. Just random deaths all the time. Like, what is happening? Like, hopefully that isn't the entire series where we just get random, like, people out of place and random deaths everywhere.
In this comp are dive characters. That's it.
It's nuts. It's crazy.
They
Please,
dive.
5 maps of this, please.
5 maps of craziness. Don't forget, both the teams have already qualified to the mid-season championship at EWC, but you can pick up your ticket. 15% off, you know the drill. OW15 at the checkout, and you're good to go to get yourself a little discount. Help with the travel costs, of course, there. Save yourself a little bit of money, pocket it, or spend it on some merch. Up to you. But yeah, make sure you join us over in Paris, France for that one. It's going to be a blast. Hope to see you there. Now, as we get back into this series, Space Station with a map under their belts, but honestly, that could have been a coin toss. I'm gonna just lay it at that. Neon Junction! Yes! Okay, Neon Junction for NA, finally. Got my wish. Thank you, Team Liquid.
Alright, what do you want to see, Joss? You made your wish, it came true?
What do I want to see on Neon Junction?
Manga?
Honestly, no. No. I want to see Diva or Sigma on this map with Tracer, Xion. Maybe Diva. Just more Diva, actually. Just more Diva, more dive with the Tracer and the Xion. Looks like attack stepping out, though. Infected coming in to TL.
Maybe,
Okay, well,
but
I respect your wish, Jaws. We'll have to see
hey, they want to go home, but
if that comes
Man,
interaction.
it's
Infected being subbed in. I'm kind
it's
of suspecting a tank ban here to kind of protect for the Mauga as well. Jaws, it just makes the most sense.
It does. Mauga's pretty good on a hybrid and good on the junction. We'll
There you
see.
go. Ban
Team
Orisa.
Liquid, yeah, banning the Orisa. Okie dokie. It's going to force Hawk onto something else. We'll see how Team Liquid or how SSG want to ban. Ban the shield, maybe? I don't know. Well, actually, would you ban here if you're SSG quickly before they
maybe
I
on the
mean,
cat.
Probably going to place the Sigma composition, maybe with like a Symmetro or something like that. Or
Oh no,
okay, I'm not too sure.
SSG placed the cat bastion, so you
The
probably
thing
won't
about
ban the
this
cat
is
here.
so much like flexibility in this stage. So like on New Junk City, they'll play something like a Wu Yang kind of composition, right? It's going to get
The
rid of
Xion.
I
Okay.
actually kind of like this because they're slowing Team Liquid down. What I think Team Liquid has done so well versus Dallas Fuel yesterday is just the tempo is just unbelievable. And you saw what Team Liquid are capable of on Ilios. It's like they kind of like getting messy with Zero and Tree playing Tracer Xion kind of compositions. And so getting Xion here, even if you have Zero flexing away from the Tracer, just having, you need to play a reliable, slower hit scan here now. And I think maybe that's what SSG is trying to do, just slow things down a little bit.
What are you, Tracer?
Don't mind the tempo change whatsoever.
Tracer Cassidy, maybe?
Junction, Johnny. This is our first time casting this one too.
Yeah.
W. Upper finals. Winner here.
Tracer
goes to
Cassidy.
to playoff finals before they go to Paris at the end of the month.
Oh, let's go.
Infected Ryan.
Come on.
Ryan Hart.
We've seen it on Neon Junction once already in EMEA. Come on.
Infected does love some Ryan.
I think it actually like matches well into SSG, except for the fact when they play the Mauga. And so the SSG,
right.
Okay.
SSG playing Mauga here is actually just like, nah, maybe let's maybe not. Let's maybe not play the Reinhardt.
Bastion.
Like Hog was playing something like a Sigma.
Bastion
or a
Reaper.
Soria. That's when you start contemplating this pick for sure.
The Mauga and the Bastion as well. Like, how long is this Ryan going to survive? All right, they're going to TP out. Let's have a look. Or a TP drop, even. There is just going to wait for this one. There it is. There's the teleport.
Hey man, I'm saying Reinhardt got buffed. The break points with the Fire Strike, way better now. W.
He's making it happen. He's making it happen. Oh, Infected's getting a little bit bullied. Nice little peek over the statue there from Lethal. Getting some damage in. The shield already very low. And in fact, down to only 21 HP. Gonna heal that one up. Looking for the stop right now. Gonna try and charge the beam. But good pin from Infected. And they're gonna shield off the heals as well. Holy Reinhardt gameplay. One of the best Rhines to ever do it in North America. That is that.
Oh, nice block.
Picture perfect. A stomp attempt from Mauga from Hawk. Infected shields him off after he pins him. That's how you play Ryan.
Yeah, I think Hawk wants that overrun back, as in. Oh wait,
We're gonna get Doomfist?
He's playing Doomfist.
what is happening in this series?
Hawk's playing Doomfist.
And Infected
And then Infected chase to Mauga. No way.
The Hawk is crying in the lobby, bro. No way.
Oh, he is mad right now. No, he can't do it. He can't do anything. You can't do anything as Mauga against this comp. Like, you just take infinite damage. Oh, dear.
What a sad roll.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You gotta go.
Infected.
You gotta go.
Spreading from ear to ear now. Well, you know what? Okay, killing Sarah's a good start. We'll take that. We'll take that. Unfortunately, though, Sugar Free's down to the Mauga, and then Hawk just stands there really sad. Like, please charge my punch. Please,
he's punching.
a punch charge. Look at his health bar, bro. It ain't happening. I hate to break it to you. He has to get out.
He's kind of making space for the Tracer and the Bastion. SSG, they're coming up on support ultimates here.
Just
as well.
go bully him. You can
Watch one too many
you can
rollouts,
push.
I think is the problem here.
I'm distilling
He's got the meteor
Doomfist
strike.
opium.
Yeah, sure. I mean, sure. He's gonna jump in.
Like he can't die because he just has so much like sustain.
So they're gonna actually respond to it with a rush. Nice kill on Tree instantly after the slam. Still got the meteor strike in hand though. Is that orbital rate and the wall is just so horrible for Space Station to get through. Meteor Strike pop, but UV and Lethal are already dead. Space Station Gaming could run a couple of ults here just to try and get some picks and then hit the reset, because Hawk not surviving too much longer here. Absolutely no way. Sarah charged up with a beam too, just laser beaming him down. And now the only thing Avril can hope for is some extra time off the bank as he just ints onto payload, and there it is. He's switched over to Malga. We're so back.
We are so back. Ultraviolet here on the Wu Yang though. That is going to be one of the difference makers here. Admiral over onto the Kiriko as well. Wants to get back relatively quickly here as well. Trying to go for a contest.
He's got Cage too. Just insta-cage the Malga. That's perfect. Cardiac Overdrive's not going to be enough here, you think. Nice little wave there to actually top Hawk up, but already so low. Ultraviolet blown to smithereens thanks to Tree's nade. Avril gets the tree, but sure, whatever. That's fine. Team Liquid happy with the time bank. 4 minutes and 40 seconds moving into this last point.
You remember at the start of the weekend I said that this is a good map pool for Team Liquid? Well, this is why. I think they can bring out these Maga compositions here on Neon Junction. They can always rely on New Junk City as well for compositions like this. And this is where they have the upper hand against teams like SSG and Delos Fuel. And Team Liquid really pushing the tempo now.
Huh? What? Why did Sugar Free die? Oh, there he is. He's on the floor. What? How does the Reaper die there? It must have been like a nade combo or something. I'm not 100% sure. They're on the final stretch. There's 4 minutes still in the time bank, and Kivas has a rush in, what, now?
I'd pop it now. Pop rush now. Get them in there. Yes, there you go.
It's going to be overwhelming for them, I got to imagine. Yeah, look at this. Everybody from Space Station Gaming has to get out of there. Emergency ult for Tree unlocked too. They're still pushing this payload in. What will ignore that nade Tree, no problem. A kill onto Lethal, good tracking, in fact, from the Bastion. But they've already lost Sarah and Vega. They couldn't convert the kills after the rush. Ultraviolet playing in the front line.
Oh, it was a good idea, but it just, you guys just didn't get the kill.
With Tree dead, their lack of damage is so evident now as Team Liquid. They're charging out and having to reset.
Crucially, like you mentioned, they didn't get enough value from that Kitsune rush. And Space Station, they held onto their ultimates as well. After you get those couple of picks, no need to drop ultimates. And that gives you a good opportunity now to hold on this third point. Sugar Free, waiting in the wings here. Looking for some initial damage.
Oh, the Tidal Blast as well as the Cage gets spotted. This is surely going to be a knockdown onto Infected. It is. Wall's going to come through to try and save him. Nice Suzu too to keep him topped up. They're taking so much poke damage over. Now Vega can pop that Ray, but it's too late. It's too little and too late. Sugar Free with a triple Death Blossom after that Cage gets deployed in their face. No matter how much amp healing, amp damage from that Ray, you cannot underestimate Reaper in a close quarter situation.
So SSG, they're holding the fort now on this third point, but the layering may be a little bit too awkward in that fight as Team Liquid now get an opportunity with their own Kitsune rush to finish this map. Can SSG buy enough time here to maybe build an ultimate of their own?
We gotta just get more value with
that's
this
huge.
rush. Yeah, and Infected just dies. Still 2 minutes in the bank. But now the ult cycle comes in. UV's gonna get Tidal Blast in a couple of moments. Only 20% away, and with the poke with the triple orb, he's gonna get it so fast. Look, he's up 90%. I finished that sentence, he gained 10% by hitting the triple orb on Infected. They're going to try and go for the charge in. They want to try and make this quick. There's the rush in the choke point, and now Hawk tries to get out. A nice wave is going to help him keep topped up. But now Infected in a good spot. Tidal Blast on the Reaper Centric. The backline Sugar Free dealt with almost instantly. That Tidal Blast over health was just eviscerated by TL. And now Hawk in dire need of assistance. Ends up popping the artillery barrage here for Tree, but Infected's already dead. A minute and 30 seconds to go. TL forced to reset.
And you gotta say,
They played that one way better with that rush, but
Admiral drops the Kitsune rush as well to kind of close things out there. And a minute 30 here only for Team Liquid after a dominant first couple of points. Vega's going to come up on this orbital rate. They're looking to push the tempo.
but they had another thing.
Ultraviolet goes down early to 0 actually. This is the opening.
Just a right click. That's got to be paired up with a kunai or something. That was just so quick. Death Blossom for Sarah in a couple of moments. Cage for Space Station Gaming. They could lock this one out if they so choose. Cage fight, Death Blossom straight on top. Nice Suzu double Cage to Tree with a triple nade. And that's going to do it. It's under a minute short, but Tree gets the triple nade after the Death Blossom and the Orbital Ray. The ult dump for TL. As they sign seal deliver that payload onto third.
Switching sides.
Under a minute, like you said, they pushed the payload across the finish line. But if you are Space Station here, you have to be at least slightly satisfied with that defense on the third point, because it started out real rough for them. Take a look here at one of these final fights. Is Sugar Free actually just cleaning things up there with the Death Blossom. I mean, it looks good when you drop the ultimates.
Oh, look at that.
That's ridiculous.
That was crazy. A nade killing 3. I don't think I've ever seen that. That was ridiculous. Thanks to the Death Blossom and the Orbital Ray, but it looks so good.
Ooh.
All right, defense, we're so back. Infected playing the Rhine again.
Okay, so this is interesting. Definitely prefer the Reinhardt on the attack, because it gives you the opportunity to kind of pick where you want to go, when you want to go. On the defense, you're kind of playing a bit more reactively to whatever the offense is bringing in this one. But maybe you can still maintain some proactiveness here on the defense. Where does Serio want to teleport you? How can you find an off angle for tree? This is going to be a challenge for Team Liquid. But playing this composition, they're very confident in their ability to make it work.
Ooh, the Ramatra with the Bastion, and then the May as well. Tough comp for Infected to deal with. They're waiting. Looks like they're going to shield forward. Paying attention to where this teleporter is going to be very important for SSG. They're on the high ground. They're ready to descend.
This is 2016,
they're ready.
Bro.
It is. It really is. Death is coming for them if they are dragged off this high ground. Got to be careful. That Ravenous Vortex, very deadly. There's the teleport. And here comes the Rhine of the Bastion. Coupling up with the form is nice, but the wall stops Infected from moving on. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's the pain and torture and suffering that I was talking about. Infected's job is just so hard on the Rhine if he can't use that teleport readily. This comp is almost perfectly built for countering the Rhine, it must be said.
They're just gonna clean things up here. Easy does it. And well, you gotta still say that the reaction from SSG, it made sense. Their first intuition was to flank around, get below the Reinhardt competition, and then force the teleporter from Sarah. It was still good positioning from SSG. Their first intuition there saved them a lot of time moving forward to the second point. So good reaction to the Reinhardt composition. Now, Infected's back over onto the Maga, as kind of expected here. This is where SSG could start running away with this series, but both Kirikos going to get close to this Kitsune rush.
It's just going to be a rush for Rush. The Zera wall, though, has been the thorn in the side for Space Station. There's the Vortex to try and couple up with the lethal Zol, but Sugar Free's already dead. Looking for another blast. There it is. After the knockdown, too, they're very good at kind of holding on to these. Trying to protect the front line is lethal. Making sure Hawk can try and stay alive. Annihilation in a couple of moments, too. Here's the wall in the small space. Infected Admiral trade. Zera playing behind this wall.
Infected keeps dying. Like, too soon.
Hawk with the Annihilation still in hand. As Space Station Gaming make a fairly easy go with this fight. They save so many key ults too. They've got Ray, Blizzard, and Annihilation for this next one. And Liquid have only got a Ray.
Yeah, aside from the Doomfist gameplay from Hawk, this is an SSG team that have looked really prepared for what Team Liquid is throwing their way. Lethal finds a pick onto Zero. And this is SSG rolling with the brawl compositions now against Team Liquid.
Come on. Okay, yeah, don't give Sugar Free a right click. Just gonna play on this final little stretch here.
I mean, this Blizzard here, Jaws.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome to play into. Double orbital Ray, Bastion playing in it. Infected going so low already, but they're trying to outpace this Ray. Use the Blizzard Stray on top of it, so no one's benefiting him from it right now. Infected throws down the cage, traps Sugar Free in, but Sugar Free's gonna be able to survive. He's got block wall all ready to go. Lethal, artillery barrage, Infected low. Hardly any CDs left, but he's got healers in his back to keep him topped up. No one falls either. Double Ray fight, no one dead. Annihilation used too. Here's the rush from Ultraviolets to try and turn the tides in their favor. Infected finally falls, and an emergency artillery barrage from Tree, but he gets bowled over by Sugar Free. And there it is. That was almost a goat's fight, Johnny, with the amount of ults that was thrown in and no one dying. 4 minutes in the time bank. Very similar to what Team Liquid had.
I think this is such impressive play by Space Station. They commit the Blizzard. Sugar Free doesn't get any value with it, but they decide to sit back. They slowly disengage. They build up the Kitsune Rush from Ultraviolet, and that is the difference maker as well for them ending up capping that second point. Now, we saw that very stalwart defense that SSG were able to pull out on their own defense. Now, can Team Liquid do the same? Kivis got a rush in hand.
He's got a rush, and a very good place to use it too along this stretch.
I think if they win this map, I honestly think this is we get 3-0.
Hawk now pushing all the way up. That wall is again just proving quite the nuisance for TL. So they end up just walking around it straight into the Blizzard. However, Tree gets frozen a second ago, but saved. Thankfully, Team Liquid still standing. 5 players alive. A freeze this time onto Sarah. A good swish kill onto Sugar Free. Just trade 1 for 1. And now Infected can just play these corners, waiting for that Bastion form to wear out.
You gotta be mindful here of the Mauga. Cardiac Overdrive timing here. Turret form here from Tree. This is Team Liquid making a push for it.
Flying on the corners, waiting, hoping they can get a free kill with the artillery barrage. Looks like Hawk's gonna tank the majority of that damage. Zera waiting in the wings with the Death Blossom.
Both teams here just building ultimates for the time being. SSG, they're coming up on a double support ultimate. This could be the ultimate cycle for them. Infected goes down though. Here's Cage Fight.
Annihilation 2, but Sarah. Yep, in that orbital ray and the cage. That's a big ult investment from TL. 3 key ults blown in that fight.
Wow, they were really
good. Get a stagger kill too. Yeah, I like this. Sugar Free surely dead.
Suzu?
Oh, Suzu. Surely you kill Sugar Free. Okay, UB's dead too. My goodness. That would have been a disaster if they let that kill get away.
They really brought the entire squad as well. They're like, we're gonna push on with the entire
They're rolling deep.
They're rolling deep indeed. Lethal here swaps over onto the Sojourn, and naturally we like this up against the Mauga. I think the big question here is going to be the angles though. Will you have the line of sight to find yourself useful as you start generating your first railgun? I mean, one railgun shot here could be a big difference maker, but look how close corner this map is. Okay.
Vague,
like,
just
you're
one
kidding me?
tap. They got the Annihilation too. Both rushes are going to get ripped at almost exactly the same time. And now Sugar Free's got this Blizzard as well. There's surely just too much here for Space Station Gaming, but they've lost Hawk in the front line. Infected's just got to keep this fight going. They got better spawns. Blizzard Pro now. Hawk is dead, sure, but we trade for Infected. A better look here for SSG as they managed to isolate the tank from Team Liquid.
And they're gonna get back with a Diva as well with that Matrix. Just gotta survive this turret form. They're going to do so. Now they can push as well.
Captain Tree. Oh, Tree dies. I mean, surely that's it. I mean, Hawk can just matrix all these bullets as well coming through from the Reaper. It's just such a good finish comp here for Space Station Gaming. Infected is just such a giant wall of meat that everybody from SSG are going to shoot at. Nice switch up from Hawk in the end. Oh, for a minute potential here too. Team Liquid, they end up killing Lethal. Admiral barely hanging on to life, clinging and hoping he gets the orbital ray off. Looks like he's going to be able to. 3 dice on point. Oh, and now we're rotating Divas too. Luckily, we can't play 6 of them anymore. Blizzard on the point, and that should be that. There it is. Barely any time over TL. 1 minute versus 102. My word. That last point, that went basically the same for both teams. They both had, what, like 4 minutes going into last?
I mean, this is a replica of what we saw on Circuit Royale in EMEA. Both teams mimicking their time to approach overtime here, this time on a hybrid map, but it has to be said. I mean, that Lethal pick, just straight off the rip when you lock in the Sojourn, that's crazy. That Lethal is able to open things up like that, allows you to round this corner, and then it's all ultimates from there and brawling it out. But that opening pick from Lethal, that was sensational.
Yeah, they don't get it done if that pick doesn't hit.
No.
Picking off Juno too, you lose speed ring, you lose a whole lot of heals, even an okay amount of damage coming out as well from the pulsar torpedoes. In that close range, they're going to be hitting most people. Oh, they're playing it safe. No Rhine on defense. They're playing Mauga. Much better on the attack, the Rhine, because you can swap. Whereas Team Liquid are going to get perma-countered.
Vegas still making swaps here. Going to be the Juno at the end of the day here. Let's see how Space Station react to this now. It's going to be a pretty good standard composition from Team Liquid. SSG as well, they're rolling out with a pretty standard one. I think SSG are quite happy with the composition they're playing here.
Here we got Cat Bastion or Cat Cass.
Haven't selected the perk yet.
Yeah, they're waiting. Oh, we know there's a tree on the other side with the Bastion, but there's no cat to fly him around. So happy to kind of take the trace for the time being. Cardiac overdrive spots on either side. Tree goes really low. He's got the heal on himself, of course, as well. Look at that. I mean, Hawk just falling over. There's 20 seconds to go here. Team Liquid, they're going to get the payload going. Tree assisting in all those kills with a quintuple kill.
I'm kind of surprised that Sugarfree picked the missile perk there. You knew they play the Bastion. It's going to be the swap over into the Tracer. I wonder if Sugarfree picked the wrong perk. And now feel like you have to play Tracer instead.
Yeah, they haven't even got a single tick on the point, and they have to touch as well. Space Station, we better get a move on. They're going to get a touch with the Tracer, but everyone's already gone down. Sugarfree has to survive, and look, gets another touch, sure. Zera is traded, but Sugarfree has one blink left. He can't get away. Yeah, Vega's going to chase him down. There's a high noon from Lethal to maybe separate the team. Gets another touch, but oh no, he doesn't. Doesn't roll on quick enough. Vega takes down both DPS.
Yeah, this could be a draw.
The defense looks pretty damn solid. No capture progress whatsoever. No tick for Space Station.
I mean, straight up, that was just a poor attack. SSG, they have higher standards than that, and that is an attack they would like back. Now, there's a great opportunity here for Team Liquid. 1 minute and 2 seconds to avoid a draw and steal a map here on Neon Junction to tie up the series.
Okay. Oh, Hawk on the Sigma instead. I love the Mei on these defenses too. Having the ability for Mei just to wall one person off is just so strong. Because you only need a pick, and you're only fighting against a minute. Yeah, the spawns are really close here for TL, but...
We'll have to see if the Mei can be the difference here. Maybe looking for something cheeky here. All right.
This is a do or die. If they get found or they instantly fall over, it's done. You need this wall to be perfect from Sugarfree. Gonna take the fight fairly early. Dip around the corner. We'll see if TL will make changes. Oh,
Whoa, whoa, these are some big changes.
Okay, Zera over to the Vendetta. Infected Thought for half a second. Zarya was the call, but switch back to Mauga.
This is so all in. If SSG can just absorb all this pressure coming out from the initial dive from Zera, they're going to have so much health. If they can just stay alive, avoid getting picked here.
Vendetta's going to be hard to actually execute though. Lethal and Sugarfree just so damn healthy on the Bastion and the Mei. There's so many survivability tools. Zera also ends up going down. Look at the assist feed too. 5 players shooting at that Vendetta. It's 15 seconds to go. Johnny, they need to touch. They need to regroup. Zera's going to spawn. Now with only 12. This is one final attempt. Otherwise, it's going to be a tie.
Zero will be here though. There's going to be a touch coming in, but you gotta go in all together. You gotta play as 5 in a scenario like this.
Form's already used from Lethal. Sugarfree manages to find Zera. Oh, not quite. Manages to use that shift to get away. That wall now already expended. Zera can go in. Ultraviolet already down. One support left for SSG. As Zera is carving them up in the front line. Sugarfree also falls, losing on support that early. It just cannot happen. And now they barrel on to get a final touch, but it's not gonna come through. TL. Wow. 33%. They understood the assignment. Making some big swaps. They tie us up.
This could easily be a 2-0 Team Liquid, but they kind of like... I still don't know what happened on that first map, but still. Team Liquid still could have won that first map, too.
When the blade comes in, you're diving in as the Vendetta. All of SSG, they feel like they have to retreat, take a step back so they can go for the re-engage. But by that time, Tree is already set up on the Sojourn, Infected is putting pressure on the point, and with all that space earned, Team Liquid are able to put enough pressure onto the objective that they end up capping things out in overtime and tying up the series here. But what a map that was from start to finish.
Look at the stats as well. Did you see how many limbs Liquid had, like as a team, and how much damage as well? I mean, everybody was rocking over 10K almost across the board, not only just for TL, but for SSG as well. Like, my God. Just a high elim game. A lot of highlight clips too, it must be said. That was crazy.
What a map. Like, both of these maps have just peaked. In their own way too, just completely different styles. Both teams going head to head. Dare I say we're peaking.
Hey, this is going the distance too. Minimum of 4 maps now. It's so, I mean, this is going to be a close series, and I hope it is. This is a revitalized, reformed Team Liquid. Yeah, there you go. There's the stats again. Look at that. 30 elims, 23, 33, 23, 34 on the Liquid side. It's crazy. It's insane. The Junos are the ones with the least damage, like 4K apiece, sure, but look at the healings from Juno. 25K, 22K. Like, the Kirikos are rocking like 10 plus K damage. Like, jeez. Just a bloodbath map. Disgusting stuff. I'm happy we saw some Neo Junction too. I was happy to cast that one.
Yeah, what a map.
TL and SSG. One each now. I like the proactive changes too, even going over to Vendetta, like just making sure we have the upper edge, making full use of the entire minute they had. Entire minute in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, the risk they took there, I thought that was very impressive from Liquid. And now the question is, where do you kind of go from here? The thing is, they're both so evenly matched in so many different styles that I'm kind of like it's hard to really identify what the upper hand is for either team. I would say maybe SSG, if they play a brawl map and ban out the Mauga, then things get a little bit more difficult for Infected. Or maybe if you're able to force the D.Va matchup somewhere, that could be the edge for SSG here.
In the store right now, you can pick up the Fire and Tide bundle, the exclusive bundle. You get a few of those things exclusively to the bundle 2, the sprays and the name cards. They're looking rather clean. Some of the old OWCS esports skins reimagined, recolored for this one. So if you didn't like the colorway from previous, you can pick up this one instead. That's available now in the OWCS esports store. So make sure you go pick that one up. Ooh, Dorado.
Wow. I mean, it has to be said, historically, you'd say, yeah, we can have Hawk play the D.Va on a map like this and then ban out an enemy tank as well. But Team Liquid was real good yesterday on this map.
What the bans for SSG? SSG are taking it and banning first.
That was a more
Wrecking Ball. Not quite sure even, because even if you ban a tank away from Infected, like, yeah, they can always, play the Sigma or something like that. Winston, I think, is going to be too vulnerable. We saw that yesterday. It's going to be the Mizuki ban, actually, which prevents, the slower kind of Sigma composition to take place on the defense for Team Liquid here. But it does allow them to play a pretty active dive approach here.
Team Liquid, what are you saying? What are you responding with? Can't ban a support, of course. Maybe even going Hawk's hero pool. I actually wouldn't hate it. Targeting Hawk a little bit here.
Yeah, I think there are so many options unless you want to shy away from like a Cat Bastion or something like that. They've already banned Bastion. On map
in theory you could ban Cat if they want to get that out of there.
Right.
It's going to be D.Va. Yeah, there you go. Targeting Hawk.
Yeah.
Banning D.Va. All right. Getting D.Va out of the pool. Very good map for dive. Probably one of our better ones, to be fair. Dallas Fuel love to pick it. They love to play Winston. They love to play Ana on this map. They love to play dive. So, yeah, getting Hawk and forcing them onto a non-dive comp and forcing Hawk, not necessarily off comfort, but comfort for this map, most definitely.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting Dorado. I don't think it'll be at all what we saw yesterday between Team Liquid and Dallas Fuel. I think SSG has a little something up their sleeve here, because you can't really match Team Liquid when they play Tracer and Xion. And so you don't really want to opt into that super high tempo, those kind of compositions here. And so SSG, they're probably thinking, they can play Cat, Cassidy, and keep doing what they were doing on Ilios, sort of. I think that's my best bet.
Yeah, Cat cast, yeah. Can still play Cat Bastion. I mean, Hawk can just play Malga if he wants.
Exactly.
Can play Sigma. It's just forcing them into a camp where they play like this rush or they play poke. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm glad this isn't a 3-0. That's all I can say. Our bracket has been full of 3-0s, although the TL Dallas Fuel game was very entertaining because TL had shown us kind of something new in this playoffs. But yeah, I'm glad we're 1-1. EME have had some good games, Johnny. They've had some good games go to 5. So yeah,
they get the
I'm happy with
bangers
America.
recently. What's up with
Happy
that?
this one's going the distance too.
Yeah, hopefully this one goes the distance. But I think what is so amazing about this match is not only that like they're going toe to toe, but it's also that what Kasura said pre-game. It's like the hero pools are so deep between these two teams that you kind of not sure what the enemy team is going to play. It felt like this entire stage we talk about Dallas Fuel. You know, we know we're going to play the Pharah and they're going to try and pick your opponents apart. Lunex, they love playing the Zarya and the Orisa. And now you see this SSG Team Liquid matchup, and you're like, what are they actually going to play? They can play a lot of different styles.
What are they cooking?
So what are they cooking? It's a bit of mystery.
I we'll have to wait and find out. That's fine. That's good. That's why I like this map pool too, because you do get a little sprinkling of, oh, we got a little bit of dive here. We go ultra poke if we chose Junkertown. Oh, a little bit more dive maybe for Hollywood, especially on second. Like, you know, I like it. I like the hero pool that we got right now. I think it's pretty good. We'll have to wait and see what they end up picking. Obviously, we're just waiting to get into the game. Be done yapping in a moment. Don't worry, we're almost there.
It's just a cat bastion.
We're still waiting on TL, by the sounds of it. You guys got to get in. You got to
on,
load in. You got to lock in.
They're all there, bro.
Yeah.
Boot camping. You know, it made me think. Jaws, the boot camp.
Go on.
Because boot camps are so effective, right?
Oh.
Boot camps are so effective. Like every time a team goes to boot camp, they just like level up tremendously. It's like a speed boost. They just get so much better, so much instantly. Here's what I'm proposing, all right? Boot camping, but for stuff besides esports, all right? Like, I just, like, maybe I just want to get the entire talent team. Let's go to a boot camp, but it's not like we're gonna scrim or play matches or anything. Like, we're gonna go to a boot camp
on holiday
and just go hang.
Wait, what you're describing, Johnny, is a holiday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what that is? I mean,
with a lot of activity schedule, I guess. It has to be a little bit intense. A boot camp, it's not a holiday because it's intense. So,
okay, check this out.
A trip with an intense amount of planning and scheduling.
We go Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
Go snorkeling.
Okay.
Go diving. Or we go skiing.
I mean, that just sounds like the best time already. Boot camp for non-esports, I'm calling it.
It's calling a holiday. Man, esports man discovers holidays. All right, here we go.
I'm just saying. Maybe they're cooking in real life over there.
It's so true, bro. All right, Cat Bastion, 2 Sigmas. Okay, so it is going to be Hawk on 6, and they're going to rock with the Mei. And I like this style from SSG, and I really like the Mei too. I think Sugar Free's Mei has been really good. Whoa, Slingshot Hawk on Tiger. Love to see that.
I mean,
and now Sugar Free just plays point.
The balance is so good, right? Because you can get away with playing the Cat Bastion, but Hawk isn't also left on the payload by themselves. So you have a little bit of balance in the front line, but also so much aerial pressure here. So Team Liquid, how will they adapt to this approach? Obviously, SSG, they will play a lot around this turret form. And when the turret form is done for lethal, that is Sarah's kind of time to strike with the Cassidy.
So they've managed to gain quite a bit of space, taking this high ground without any casualties, but not dishing out as much damage as they'd like on Team Liquid. Lethal's definitely going to change that though. Nice rock onto Infected. Had to put the shield behind him, mind you, to stop him getting shot in the back. So a two-pronged approach. A duo effort from the tank and the DPS of SSG. That might just be point without with that singular pick too. That's the point.
Okay, clean as you like from SSG here. And I wonder if Sugar Free is going to stick with this Mei now, because I feel like on the second point, like, yeah, maybe you can contest the high ground here, but it is a pretty wide open point for a Mei to be played here. We'll see if they can make it work with this momentum now. Artillery strike.
There it is. Oh, on the roof
no
too.
way, dude.
Whoa, you see Zera roll too? It was like, absolutely not getting out of this one. Do not drag me to my doom. Unfortunately, though, yeah, this Bastion has to be dealt with. Sky Noon onto the cat. Needs to hit the second shot. No, it's all right. Vega's there. Manages to get both lethal and April. Little support combat.
3 versus 4 here. Sugarfree does find a pick onto tree. And I guess that is the smallest of silver linings, is that while that battle is going on, you can put a lot of pressure onto this card. You can see Sugarfree here down with Hawk. At the end of the day, someone has to contest from Team Liquid, and because you're not playing the Mei yourself, Infected can't really drop down.
Oh, there's the rush. They're trying to catnap right now. They got the they got the Cassidy for half a second. Beautiful looking flux here from Hawk. He's going to manage to isolate Infected, get him off onto the high ground, put him in the 1v1, but Infected actually rocks him off height. Zera is down. Team Liquid down a player as they put the Sigma back up on high ground thanks to the cat. And now Infected might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get kidnapped too. Yeah, manages to get away. Oh no, Vega dragging Hawk away from the fight. But still Infected, overwhelmed with the amount of damage that SSG were throwing at him. Hawk getting trolled by his own Maywall. All good, not a problem.
And honestly, just the Mei has been the difference here. It's just putting so much pressure onto the card, so a lot of ultimates dropped there. Could have gone either way. Infected, last-ditch effort here on the Wrecking Ball. Not going to work out for you. Sorry, buddy. But Team Liquid playing this Cassidy and the Xion, they haven't quite found the value they've wanted. Sugarfree swaps over here to the Tracer, though, but already 2 pretty quick points on the back of that Mei, and it comes back to kind of haunt Team Liquid here again.
Oh, Infected over to Mauga instead. So they're fighting from high to low before the cat flops him up on height. That's what I'm saying, man. The cat really does just break the game in that regard. It's kind of crazy.
All right, Team Liquid. Need an individual playmaker to step up there. Kivis is behind on the Kitsune Rush timing. And Tree, can you find a moment to utilize this spree here? SSG, if they win this fight with double support ultimate, I mean, that's mount.
Alright, maybe not. It's taking too long to get healed back up. He's almost out of there. Oh, Sugarfree definitely out of the fight now. Pig, the bash is pretty low too. Just small optimization there a second ago with Infected. He ended up tanking one of the lethal ult, like the Bastion ult shots. Because he wasn't in any danger of kind of dying, so he tanked it to give Kivis and Vega more ult charge. He was sat in the corner. It's quite nice. Very small, but it could have meant Kivis got this rush online a fraction earlier. Oh dear.
Here we go again.
Dear. They're in cover though. I mean, surely this doesn't work. They managed to ping out the cat. High Noon from Coast over. Oh, the catnap. Oh, is that? Oh, everyone still goes down. Whoa, that was close. Apple ends up using the catnap in very close proximity to himself. Nice defense from Team Liquid. The point hasn't moved an inch either. In fact, it's regressing.
Yeah, I kind of think that SSG missed their timing there at fight when they ended up being picked indoors. That was their one great opportunity to kind of close out the map, and now Infected built up this cage fight on the defense. Team Liquid are quite comfortable here on the defense. This is now going to be a challenge for SSG to get back and get this payload pushing.
Gonna just get out of this choke point first. Sugarfree got dominated by Tree, forces him to rotate. Tree should be able to escape to safety.
Honestly,
there you go, there's the cage. Actually pushes lethal out of cage range, but it's Hawk was the main target. There's the catnap. Hawk escapes for his life and also rips the flux and hits Infected. Spree from Tree ends the fight so cleanly. After every cooldown was used, he sneaks into the backline and picks up a double.
And suddenly it's Space Station now left to kind of adapt here to what Team Liquid are doing on the defense here instead. It's going to be Hawk moving over to the Mauga, taking the Brawl matchup. And well, you do have a Reaper here, so we know what Mauga and Reaper can do in these very close cornered battles. I almost wonder if Team Liquid here, they maybe don't want to fight in this choke anymore. They want to give themselves a bit more space. As I say that, Infected just charges in.
Does Lethal dead too. This proactivity here is looking clean until the rest of your team fall over, unfortunately. Team Liquid have lost their tank, but SSG are going to be able to march on. I think Team Liquid, they're just trying to poke and prod for a little bit, rely on Zera's high ground positioning to keep control of this main lobby.
Huge pick from Tree, actually. just on the off angle by himself, finds Sugar Free and capitalizes on it, and just buys even more time for the defense here. Great play by Tree.
Sky Noon as well. Oh, this is so bad. Suzu, not quite. Lethal shuts him down.
He doesn't even pull the trigger. Why?
End up trading, but they've already used so many cooldowns. Surely it's a free pick onto Hawk. The Catnap steals the Malgar away. No cleanse to help him. As Infected also picks up another kill. 45 seconds left on this defense for SSG.
And Zero swaps over to the Reaper. Now themselves, they really want to hold these close cornered choke points and not allow SSG to step through. They have the Skydune themselves though, but swinging through here, Admiral's gonna become a big target for Liquid.
Can Lethal get this one done? Here's the flashbang. Sky Noon, Terra's in the backline already to stop. It's good for a kill onto Sugar Free. Didn't really stand a chance. Catnap doesn't secure anybody. Terra hitting the raid form, and now they march on forwards. There's a rush at their back. Same can be said for Team Liquid here. Cage, fight, lock down, Hawk. Hawk's so close to unlocking one himself, but this free finishes him off before he can use it.
That's going to be it. And this is just their time bank out here on defense. What a 3rd point hold from Team Liquid. The way they changed this defense around after a pretty brutal start. Mightily impressive, and it came down to individual plays. There was a couple of fights they found picks, a couple of fights with decisive aggression through the choke points, and then in the very
What are you doing?
Sky Noon came in from Space Station Gaming, and Team Liquid just decided to flip the map, make it difficult. That was really impressive, well-rounded defense by Team Liquid. Great teamwork.
What are you doing?
Suzu into 3 people focus firing. That was so nice to stop that play. That was an almost guaranteed triple too. Yeah, look how close Hawk is to the cage. He gets it as soon as he dies. It's just not quite there. Kiv is only dying once too for TL. That is kind of a crazy stat line.
Do you play for your life when you play ranked?
Play for my life?
Are you like, yeah, we're losing this team fight. I'm gonna run back. I'm not throwing myself on the card.
Yeah. Well, no. If I throw myself on payload, I'm that guy. But if I'm playing Ana or Alari, I will be staying alive. Like, I am not throwing myself on payload because I'm not playing like a million miles away.
I do it like involuntarily. Like I just end up playing with a pretty low death score. So I press tab like at the end of the game and I'm like, oh, I died once, but we lost the game because I'm not committing. I'm just backing off and my team's like, where's our tank, bro? Like, he just doesn't hold cards.
Yeah, wait,
like,
you're the tank player, man.
Yeah, but you know, I don't mean to. I just naturally, that's the way I play. Anyway.
Yeah, those tank players are annoying. Try to play ranked with a tank player that backs up constantly and like your support is like in the front line.
Here for us, SSG. Half a Bastion player here and Infected using the Malgar instead. There he goes, over the top. It's gonna be hard to really drop him in. They're gonna have to play a little tentative at least, especially with Hawk in the front line. Siri heard the Cat Bastion. She loves that one. Alright, bit of poking and prodding so far. Nothing too egregious here, apart from Infected being on stairs already. Good damage onto Lethal, but Infected's so low, he's still up there. And unfortunately, he ends up perishing at the hands of Lethal. Looks like a nade is going to follow Infected into that small room, but they still control high ground, even though the payload is slowly moving for Team Liquid.
Infected drops real low here. Does get the mega. So SSG not able to capitalize on that one for the time being.
Okay. Infected's gonna get out, no problem there. Nice solo kill onto Zera for UV. And now Hawk hits the rock on the stairs. Suzu deployed onto Infected as healing offered are getting eaten up. Good grasp from Hawk, acting like a diva matrix to make sure the heals couldn't connect with Infected.
Team Liquid coming to a bit of a halt here on their own offense, and this time bank already trickling away. Every second matters big time here, as they need to get something going here with the Tracer and the Xion. But you're looking at the side of SG. Who are you really going to pick on here? Tough to get the cat out of the sky and the Bastion. Mei has the ice block. Kiriko can teleport away. Team Liquid here, it's a tough challenge to play this Xion Tracer composition, find the value they need.
rush on the high ground already. Now is Infected's chance to go, but he's actually going to get forced into a bad spot. The catnap into the wall and the rock. Infected lost control of his character completely. And it looks like Team Liquid are going to lose control of this fight too. 1 minute and 40 remains. They try and clean up Kivas. Oh, and they get him on the exit. And even Zera too.
Yeah, and Zero dropped the pulse bomb there as well. I almost think a swap needs to come through now from Team Liquid. I don't think they can keep committing to the composition like this. Only have 90 seconds to go here, but with no swaps coming through, they double down on this one. They think this is going to be the answer for what SSG is going their way.
Looks like it. Taking a little bit of damage here, but just gonna shrug it off, no problem. Trying to pop Mauger in a spot again where he can get a cage fight maybe. They got the catnap too, but they are against the Sigma Flux. There's the cage fight on Hawk. Artillery barrage from Lethal, trying to peel for Hawk here. He has managed to get around the veranda here, these little market stalls, but he falls down without even popping his ult. Just not a chance to. It would have been a Flux Jax if he even tried. Nice teamwork from from Team Liquid there. Hitting that cage fight and getting the catnap to isolate players even further.
Yeah, that was a cage fight that needed to get value, and they did find it, so that unlocks the first point here. And Team Liquid move on here on towards the second point, but noteworthy, a lot of time drained from that time bank. And SSG will keep applying pressure onto the objective. They're objective gamers with this as Sigma and May rather. And so Team Liquid, they gotta keep finding the momentum, keep finding picks now when they don't have the cage fight available.
And Hawk has got the Flux, so maybe as soon as they try and go for a high ground play, that'll be an option for him to use. They got Blizzard soon as well, so we're in a spot where Team Liquid almost have to take this as a try fight. Oh, the good connections. Another one too. Oh, what a shot onto Vega, and another one onto Kivas. Little highlight reel for the Bastion perk.
Is this going to be the swap here now? With Lethal committing onto the tank mode, it is indeed, and Tree takes this opportunity. Now when Lethal has this tank mode perk, Tree is going to have the upper hand in the Bastion head-to-head, and Team Liquid, they utilize this opportunity here now to try to get the Bastion advantage. That will be the thing that ends up winning them this map.
Is the juice still worth the squeeze though for Team Liquid? They still got to deal with Hawk in this high ground too. They can close the gap onto Tree still using this height. Now flying the Bastion around now. Here comes the artillery strike on this high ground. Infected falls down to lower, and now they try and go in even quicker with the rush. Flux is going to connect with the Bastion. Oh, he traded and he was blown to a million pieces. I mean, Tree, he swapped onto the Bastion just like that. And oh, the post bomb on the ice block. Tried to catch the timing on the May there, so when she pops out, she instantly dies, but a little bit too early from Zera. And now that with only a minute to go, he's still going to fight into a Blizzard and a catnap.
Yeah, and this is brilliant reactivity by Space Station here. Zera's going to play the Cassidy here now as well, but Space Station, they know their win condition here. They're not going to win a head-to-head with the turret forms, and so they kind of have to play around Tree's own turret form and either play really aggressively or disengage.
Look at where Hawk is, by the way. He's on the other high ground. That is a scary place for the Sigma to be. Oh, and Infected just dies.
Look how they're committing,
I mean, they're committing so deep. They need these kills. Any late death here is kind of awful. 30 seconds to go. This one fight, Johnny.
Yeah, and Tree is just not finding the angles for the time being. And still, this May has been so pivotal for Space Station now because they still control the front lines while all of this massive is going on. And in fact,
like in the last thing, after they start getting all the things, it seems like Team Liquid is not playing this map as good as they've been playing the other maps.
Oh no, Zera! It was
But
in the small corridor. The rock ends up hitting Tree as well as Hawk is in such a dominant.
But it's probably because they get to play their Cat Bastion.
Map over. SSG, they take Dorado. What a magnificent play on the defense. The cap play and the positioning was just exceptional.
Yeah, you gotta say that was an amazing defense by Space Station.
I'm not gonna be able to finish this
so
series though,
their approach, their win
because they gotta
condition.
go to work.
And even though Liquid, theoretically, you might think that Team Liquid, well, the Bastion pick makes sense. They're doing all the right things right now. I think that SSG's execution of that defense was.
I'll leave it.
Even though Tree
Like,
was making these
I don't have to get ready right now,
Bastion,
but
Vega in the side, SSG said, okay, well, if you're gonna keep breaking, then we'll just commit to a 5 versus 3 in the front line.
But
SSG reaped the rewards.
in like 15 minutes, I gotta start getting ready. But I'll leave the stream on. I'll leave the game on until I have to go because.
We have to push him off somehow. We can't send Infected in. You're sending him to his doom. Oh, yeah, Infected, go touch the point, buddy. Yeah, thanks. And then he gets shot in the back by Hawk and the rest of the team. It's like, well, what can we do? We need the Bastion to take an angle, but then Hawk's standing in front of your face. The furthest possible point. Oh, this triple was nice. I'm glad we got this on the replay. Look at that. Double direct. Boop. Nice. That was real clean.
Look, the perk is good, but clean.
Infected in the catch-22 as well. Like, I am playing Malga. Cage fights are generally good for our comp. Like, if we get on the high ground, get a cage fight going, we're probably going to be able to pop off. But then Infected's like, well, I can't switch to 6. It's been too long. I've got a cage. Like, maybe we can get it moving. It's like, well, actually, no. It feels like we should have swapped a couple of fights ago over to Sigma ourselves. You just couldn't get it done. SSG, match point. They're looking at a final spot here in the Stage 2 playoffs.
Yeah, and Team Liquid with a real thinker now, because the Mei has been the advantage for SSG. Do you want to ban out the Mei from Sugar Free? Well, that's going to open doors for SSG to deal with Liquid in a different way. Like if we go to a new Junk City here, for example, and you decide to ban the Mei, well, the go-to composition for SSG has been the Wu Yang instead, and Ultraviolet has been fantastic on that hero. We even saw it briefly on Neon Junction, and Ultraviolet was phenomenal on it. So SSG, I think they're really flexing their hero pool muscles throughout this series and just showcasing how difficult it is for Team Liquid to deal with whatever thing SSG is throwing their way.
Well, they're very close to almost making it a perfect Stage 2. They've not lost a series just yet. SSG, they're looking good, but Liquid are looking a bit better compared to their regular season run. It's whether they can actually catch up to Space Station at this point. New Junk City, map choice for TL.
I mean, there are so many opportunities for hero picks here, Jaws. Like, you can throw out the hero ban. It'd even be fair to bring 2 hero bans to the mix here. Because SSG, they've been playing the Mei, they've been playing the Symmetra, they've been playing the Wu Yang. There are so many opportunities for compositions that SSG can play. And then, what is Team Liquid's preference in all of this? Do you want to go to something like a Mizuki? What do you do here if you're Team Liquid?
Yeah, maybe play Mizuki. Wouldn't hate it. Sigma ban for TL. Hawk's gonna go Malga then.
It's very much looking like we'll just see the Malga matchup. It's very much looking like that will be it. And then comes down to the damage players. Team Liquid, they prefer the faster approach with the Shion and the Tracer, and I think that can be very effective on a map like New Junk City. You know, open up.
Do you ban Tracer here then?
Lots of flank angles to get on top of your opponent, to collapse on top of them. But SSG, they've been showing their dominance so far with the Mei, playing with a more stalwart front line. And Team Liquid, at the end of the day, they're gonna have to adapt to that.
Yeah, they got to get a move on. SSG's a chance to ban. Look, I think TL, they are getting outpaced, it feels like.
What if you ban the Tracer here?
And slow it right down? You know what? Okay, I like that. Ban Tracer. Shion's already been banned by SSG. Lucio. Double flex then, sure.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe we'll see the Wu Yang composition come in here from SSG. I'm kind of worried that if you do play the Wu Yang, that you'll be under so much pressure from a Tracer and the Shion. That's kind of why I was thinking of not enabling Team Liquid to play that fast tempo. Then you can slow things down, even though the Sigma has been banned in a position like this. The Lucio ban is interesting, though. I think we saw it in EMEA as well, and Jake was like, a Lucio ban, like, is that really necessary in the Big 26?
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it really doesn't feel like it. Most teams are opting for the double flex, and with how good like Wu Yangs are in North America, okay, just that's fine. Like Wu Yang, like we're cool with that. I think Wu Yang, yeah, does suffer from the whole Tracer Xion dive shenanigans. Xion's just such an insane flanker like Tracer. It's a bit crazy. You know, best flankers in the game, Genji, Tracer, and then Xion comes out. It's like, okay, maybe not. Xion's just a little bit too good. Getting over health is still too strong, is all I'm saying. It's so strong.
Savor this moment. Savor this moment.
I'm savoring it, man. I love watching Xion gameplay. I think a lot of people do as well. At home, it's a good spectacle when they hit a giant spree, especially when it's nano. That looks sick.
All
I
right.
like watching shot.
So now comes the question of
It's
Team
so
Liquid.
fun
Where's their backline
to
going to play with this
watch.
Lucio ban? Either it's the Juno Brig or maybe Juno Kiriko. I think either of those you can get away with things. I think forcing onto the Brig is a little too forced. Not getting enough value out of that one.
I think Brig is just not it at the moment.
Right, I don't think it's it either. It's just historically Team Liquid have been enjoying playing the Juno Brig, you know?
Yeah,
so that's kind of
true.
why I mentioned the Juno Kiriko. I'd say that, you know, that's something that Team Liquid has played less of, but almost feels a little bit mandatory in a composition like this. Well, it's going to be the Xion Tracer, like I pointed out. So SSG, they know this is coming their way. Now it's just a question of what do you have prepared, knowing fully well the 3-0 are going to roll out with this.
Sim change to Reaper. Okay, they're going with the Reaper Zarya.
All right. Let's see it.
I like this comp, but I think both of us were expecting it to just be Amalgam Mirror.
Yeah, honestly, it has to be said that this composition from SSG, it can be picked apart. If you don't get full value from your bubbles, that's one bubble deployed already. Let's count it. When the second one comes out, Team Liquid are going to try to get this dive going.
Okay, Zera takes a kind of a ludicrous amount of damage there. Has to pick up that mini, wait for his team to back him up too. Point almost gets taken by the Reaper. It should be, yeah, Zera had to actually recall. So he's going to be out of the fight for 7 seconds or so. Going to try and regain some position. TP with the bubble. TP from the Kiriko to get it out of Sugar Free's face and out of his domain. Zera still kind of peppering away at individual players from SSG. Just hoping his team can follow up with a kill. Kivis is going to be able to escape alive, but there you go, die triggers. Goodbye, Zera. And goodbye, team. Sugar Free finds 2. Getting picked apart, but they are outmaneuvering Team Liquid right now, Johnny.
Yeah, they are, and especially because Vegas over onto this Jetpack Cat as well. It kind of gives Space Station the upper hand, both when it comes to contesting the objective, but also just out-sustaining Team Liquid. Oh, when it's going to be a Reinhardt swap. This is what I talked about. Up against Hawk Zarya, this is where this matchup is really viable for Infected.
All right, we're seeing it. Ryan, Bastion, Sim, no Lucio, but they're just relying on the Sim to close the gap. Rectangle Man is going to do rectangle things and hopefully not instantly die.
Back out, back out.
Back, get out. Get out. No, whoa, that was close. My goodness, Zera almost had his head ripped off. Anybody going to touch? Yes, Team Liquid. 3 players on the point already. Vega's going to help them secure that one too. They sneak it away, but they've lost Kivis already. Oh, an awkward fight now for Team Liquid. The Cat is the only one applying heals to the rest of the team, and the SSG have 2 support ultimates coming out. Now it's just go time. Uh-oh, Infected's really low too. That teleport is hopefully there to save him, but Sugar Free just runs him down. SSG. Only use the rush. Oh, you're smiling. That's 100-0 on first point, pretty much.
Yeah, I think Team Liquid are kind of forcing it here. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the Cat. I know Cat is better than people give it credit for, and they're going to swap away from the Cat. It's going to be the Juno carry. This is just a better composition, both with the Reinhardt and without the Reinhardt. I think this is going to work out better for them. Infected now, with that speed ring, can at least get close to their opponents. Just a healing as well from the Juno.
Yeah, it's a lot. Oh, there's the grab. Nice grab positioning as well. They do manage to escape alive, however, despite the Graviton Surge connecting with Infected. So small teleport away, getting out of danger. It's the point cap though for free. Here's the orbital ray, and they know Team Liquid have no support ults, and that's gonna be the big problem. A defensive use of the ult from Tree, I don't hate it. In fact, I love it. That ray completely nullified by the Bastion ult.
It has to be said, the Graviton Surge is out, the Orbital Ray is out, Team Liquid, now they can finally go to work.
TP in the Rhine, and now the Reaper doesn't have the Wraith form, so Infected can fight on the point, but now they have to deal with this Deadeye. This ultimate lane from SSG is so clean right now. Maybe even a Death Blossom from Sugar Free is going to extend this fight even more. Team Liquid can't afford to lose anybody. Their time bank, their time in this point is getting drained just so quickly. There's the wall. They're going to chase down Hawk, but he manages to get out after that double bubble. Not quite enough, though, to help. The rest of the team looks like SSG weren't able to peel for him in time, but they put themselves on one fight.
And I think it looks real good from Space Station because naturally they did get 80%, and you always want to value this objective time. This stagger is brutal. I mean, that's...
Dodge the turret.
one of the most brutal staggers. Also, didn't instinctively kill the turret as well, just like knew that was the way out and kept it alive for the time being. But even though you have 80% here, Team Liquid, they are now so potent with this ultimate bank built up, the ability to always pressure with the Symmetra teleporter and a Reinhardt. They're in a really good position here to win this round, even though they let SSG get all that percentage.
Big slam?
I don't know about that.
Come on. You gotta hit it. Come on, Infected. No TP.
Just hit one, bro. Just hit one. That's all I...
Just hit one. Yeah, you don't need to hit multiple people. Just hit one fella on the other side. Just hit
80% here, Jaws. This is crazy.
Yeah, it is very close. Silver Bullet from Lethal trying to find an off angle with no ult. It's going to be a little too tough. Kutsuni rush. Pin. Shatter. Infected. I'm waiting. He's so low. Grabbed on toes from Hawk. Oh, this is big. Teleport away. There's the Shatter. Oh, it hits. I'm not sure how many people, but Skivis. Tree gonna get kills thanks to that orbital ray. Did anybody go down there from the Shatter?
I think he whiffed the Shatter on the Reaper. I think the Reaper just died. I don't know if he hit anyone. That was a 2-fight point, by the way.
Yeah.
Team Liquid won one fight, and that was enough. Or, well, technically they won the 2 fights, I suppose, but... I mean... ridiculous.
We were ready to pog. We were ready to lose our minds.
I was ready to pog.
All good. They managed to make it to the point first, too. Ultra from Admiral is outpacing Liquid right now in terms of that ult, but SSG are in decent standing. Oh, take it down. Oh, don't use ult. All good. Save for the next fight. Oh, they're going to use it anyway. Okay, to actually counteract this wall. Tree pedaling back. Hogs the artillery barrage, looking for somebody. There's a car around that corner. Oh, Sugar Free ends up getting run over by Tree. Okay, what a perfect response from Zera. That wall is so powerful against the orbital ray. It absorbs a whole lot of damage. You can't even focus it down when the ray has been deployed.
Team Liquid looking so comfortable on these maps now. They didn't have the opportunity to go to Neon Junction previously before the playoffs, but now you're feeling comfortable on the hybrid map. You're feeling comfortable here on Flashpoint on New Junction City. The path to winning a 5-map series, it's so much easier for Team Liquid now with the way they're playing these kind of compositions, and now they're looking to run away with things here in New Junction City.
Yeah, they're going to try and get a big lead over them. They've already up to 70%. They want to extend it for as long as possible. Also got the Annihilation pretty damn soon. Those teleports, they're so good, in fact, to help Team Liquid get out of there. Sky Noon over the top. Yes, Zera was thinking about dropping off the edge there, but he ends up going down anyway. No mobility really for TL apart from this speed ring from Vega. But a fairly decisive fight. Wait, Infecting... Wait, he pinned Admiral?
What?
Ow. Is he on the ground?
You're not supposed to pin cats. Like, that's an unbelievable. Last effort charge. I love the 200 health charge from the Reinhardts. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna die, so I might as well just charge and hope I get something. And well, Infected is rewarded for his efforts. 89% here.
Shatter, TP onto the point already. They're trying to flip the sights right here.
Big slam.
There's 1-8 Shatter. Now that is a big slam. Oh, it immediately gets stunned though. The hit today was so good from Lethal, actually stopping him from getting the pin kill. Annihilation on the point from Hawk. So damn healthy. Pin goes in and 200 HP pin. It ain't happening this time, buddy. Ain't no way. And now Tree, with the world on his shoulders. He's got the healing, of course, but yeah, Hawk's got too much damage. Which looks like SSG's point here. With one lone sim just trying to run away.
And they found the composition that works for them against what Team Liquid is bringing now on this Reinhardt and this Bastion. This is SG now with an opportunity to close out this series, qualify for the Stage 2 North American Grand Finals. What does Team Liquid still has to say about things? Infected moves over to the Mauga in a matchup like this now, but SSG, they have the Skynoon available. Sugar Free will be lurking in the sky. The opportunity here as well.
Alright, here comes the artillery.
No way.
Wait, Zera goes down first. He was 2% away from ult as well. Not a good start for Team Liquid in this fight. A silver bullet connection, long range onto Vega too. I mean, this is lethal, doing the most right now on this high ground. His Cassidy has to be the most scary in North America right now. Like, name a better cast, right, Johnny?
Bro is just taking over the games.
Force.
Bro is taking over the games. He's looking so comfortable on this Cassidy, and you not only have a reliable output from your Cassidy when it comes to the Skynoon, it's just like, yeah, I just walk around hitting shots. Team Liquid, brutal team fight lost there. Like you said, Zero drops down early before the ultimate becomes available. Now you're really on the back foot. You're forced to invest here. Space Station get away with a cheap team fight win. They don't have to expend too many ultimates. They're looking quite comfortable now.
Catnap? Oh, they got somebody trying to get out of there now. Admiral manages to escape alive. But Infected Tree already dead. Lethal gets an amazing... Oh, and a nice little flank kill on to Zera too. You probably left this sim alive, actually. That wall's already been used. This is really bad news now for TL. They've got old Shaw, but SSG are playing up with their own.
Yeah, they just want to force ultimates early as possible.
They're extending the fight. They're extending this fight so long.
This round is so difficult.
You're going to have to get through this. Yeah, who touches? Who touches? Annihilation. Hawk can stay alive, but this front life is just so long. Hawk's Nemesis form into the Annihilation. And he's just running around them. He's running around them, Johnny. There's nothing they can do.
Man, they're getting owned here.
Fight in just a moment. Another touch that's coming eventually here. Orbital Ray, Rush, leading over the high ground. Dodges out of the way of Vega. Even dodges out of the artillery barrage too. Hawk surviving quite lucky. A miracle push for TL.
They actually want to fight.
So much. They've invested just both support ults, the artillery as well from the Bastion. Like, this is one fight.
I was like, are they gonna get 3-0'd? But no, they're gonna get. They're probably gonna get 3-1.
Like that. Team Liquid, they found a way to contest the point, and then Lethal didn't get anything with the Skynoon in the end. So it's pretty brutal. Team fight lost there for Space Station, but like you say, all this percentage built up for them now. It's going to pay.
Yeah, they just have like one more team fight.
That could win a fight by its lonesome, but SG will have a couple of attempts here, maybe. Unless they stalled out this fight for too long, this could be it.
Stomp. Oh, okay. Nice pickup. And how long could they stall this fight? Do they want to now back out? It looks like it's going to be next to impossible.
I'm only gonna watch this last point, and then I have to go get ready.
And Hawk does have ult. There's a chance they could stay in this fight.
Just in case this map ends here.
This space is going to be brutal for them. Tracer play even now for Sugar Free to try and get back to the point in time in the fight. Touch, Annihilation is going to have to come in. Hawk's going to have to pop Annihilation. He has to. Oh, the post! The body block! The body block! The body block for Infected!
That's insane.
From touching the point. The kills come in, but it doesn't matter.
They were 99%, and they were pushing Team Liquid spawn with such a great opportunity to close out this series. And Team Liquid found a way back. We're going the distance here on New Junk City. Team Liquid not letting this one go.
But I can't watch it. It sucks. But I gotta get ready. So I'll leave this game going because this should be.
They've managed to build up some
It
of
should
their
be
own.
either over or.
Hawks had this Annihilation for so damn long. They get first cap though. Very quick on the respawns. I still Sugar Free jump off the map too to get a quicker spawn and get a quicker change.
SG has been very objective oriented. That has been real good for them now as Team Liquid now. Pressure onto them to use their layering perfectly with these support ults.
Rush high to low, ideally. Perfect, actually. A little bit of that gets on low ground, maybe? Yes, it does. So it looks like Infected can fight on it. Drops the cage too. Okay, SSG. Look, we'll let that fight go. Not a problem. We trade rushes and we get a cage out of Liquid for 44%.
Still, this is going to be tough to brawl though. Sugar Free swaps over onto the Reaper here. Try to get some more damage onto Infected, but I don't think that's going to be the decider in these next upcoming couple of fights here. Vega has the orbital ray. The timing here is critical. You really need to get a couple of kills here with the damage amplifier. If SG is able to disengage from this orbital ray, that could be the opportunity for them to strike.
Lethal's such a mean fighting force as well on this point. Oh, the Sky knew. No, the Ray's going to come out now. Lethal's going to be out of position, and so much just extended damage thrown his way by Kivis and Vega. Or the amped damage. Stop from Infected. The Catnap and Annihilation finally popped here by Hawk. And he's so damn healthy too, but so is Infected. Pokes both from Sever. Doesn't get a hit marker. And Hawk is still alive. And he's just draining Infected's health bar down. They need to focus this Ramatra at some point. Eventually the Annihilation will end up wearing off, and now it's up to Zera to try and punish the low health supports. Ultraviolet and April though keeping Hawk alive in this fight. 99% for Liquid. They bow out, but they're not quite done just yet.
They want to build this cage fight. They want to get these ultimates up and going, not force things. But here comes Infected.
Yeah, Lethal's in trouble. Infected's in the backline already. Cage fight on the point, but he's so damn low. Hawk just runs him over. Where's the team fight here from Team Liquid now? Zero, cut to ribbons. They can't get back in. They have to go for a reset, but same position again from that last point. A late death for Kivis 2 is brutal.
Infected's on ball. Infected's on ball to try and get this touch going. Space Station, if they just play the point here, they should have the damage to brawl out with Liquid.
A cat as well is going to help UV get back to the rest of the fight. They got the cat now. Touch for Infected. He's back in. Touch for Zera. They almost found the one clip on Sugar Free. There's Pokestone in his hand as well, but there is going to be a Death Blossom and a Catnap for SSG to play with. Death Blossom. Oh, the stick! They end up trading both, but Lethal comes up with a kill onto Tree. It's only Infected now on the point with the help of Vega, but the High Noon is just too damn good. It separates them. And they're fighting their own battles, their own inner demons to try and come back. Oh, but they're going to be haunted by him now. SSG continue their perfect stage as they land themselves a spot in the Stage 2 playoff finals.
What an unbelievable, dominant performance from SSG to close things out. They looked real comfortable on Dorado. They looked comfortable for the most part of this new Junk City and taking it to Team Liquid in their own game. Such an impressive series from PlayStation Gaming to firmly solidify that tier break.
A very much revitalized Team Liquid, but SSG proving again and again and again they are the top of North America. They're so close though. So close to a perfect stage.
I mean, yes, they are, but frankly, this series was a banger. I mean, just looking back at the first two maps, which were peak chaos, like, they took us on a journey, all right? And I feel like for Team Liquid, after the stage that they had, to really go head-to-head with SSG in this one, having to force the flexibility out of SSG, really making sure that no composition is left untouched. That just speaks to the level that these teams are playing up to right now. I think this was a phenomenal showcase for both of them. And frankly, I would not be surprised if we see Team Liquid in the final again tomorrow.
Yeah, they look good. I mean, Dallas Fuel Team Liquid rematch.
Sheesh.
I think any kind of rematch is just a huge W. Like, yeah, this finals is going to be a banger. Or like tomorrow, it's going to be heat. And
Yeah.
it's
What a
Liquid.
treat. So great.
It's been a treat. It's been confusing also. Like, there were a lot of moments in this match where I was just like, what is happening right now? Like, so many interesting swaps, but the swaps being forced out from both of these teams, and neither team being too scared to make them, you know? Like Team Liquid, for example, taking that huge risk with their Vendetta comp on, what was that, Neon Junction? When did that happen?
Yeah,
like,
that
I
was
don't know.
Neon Junction,
Feels like a while ago, but like, they were so willing to take those kind of risks, and sometimes it paid off, sometimes it is not. Like, up until the very last few fights here, this could have gone either way, right? So they really played it so very close. Yes, SSG has been the top dog, but they don't look as untouchable as they did earlier
Okay,
this stage.
I came back for a little bit because I just wanted to make sure that, like, if they closed that game out, that, like, I wasn't going to, because they're going to raid here soon, which will be fair, but I have to in-stream because I have to get ready anyways. But hey, we made it to the end. I just didn't watch the first series or there's not the first series on my thing, because I guess I shut off my alarm in my sleep. So, but hope you guys enjoy the stream. I'll be back tomorrow for the games again, and yeah, I gotta go to work. Bye.